Live from Miami, Florida, and parts unknown, it's Friday night!
Wow, that was really awesome. Good job.
Intense.
It is Friday night. Oh, I forgot to send the tweet, so you guys have to make it show. Ruben, you're in charge.
What?
So, Ruben.
How's it going, everybody? How's it going?
Good. So, how's your week been, Ruben? What you been doing? You moving, shaking, what?
My week's been good. Worked on scripts, worked on articles, um, watched some stuff, played some video games.
Nice. Do you find it really hard to get people to interview, or does the place you work for help you out with that?
No, you just gotta approach people, and I mean, at this point, I'm getting offered interviews every day, so I don't really have to do much. But but really, it's just about sending an email. You know, just make it sound nice, and I mean, you're not gonna get answered back all the time, but and just find out who represents a person and
okay.
and go that channel. You know.
Okay, so like what percentage of the people that you ask to come on your show do you deal with personally? Like, do you deal with their representation most of the time, or do you deal with directly with them?
Oh well, no, yeah, I don't do it as a show, so I just do a written like an interview where I mean I record it, but I don't play it anywhere.
Okay.
I do written interviews. So I do the interview 30 minutes or so with the person. I record it and then I turn it into an article.
Okay. Okay. And what's your favorite type of person to interview? What's your what's your favorite questions to ask, so to speak?
I don't know. I like to interview a lot of people who don't typically get interviewed. So, you know, the director, actor usually are the people that get sought after. So I really like to focus on. I mean, I'll interview directors and actors, of course, but I do a lot of composers. I do a lot of cinematographers. A lot of the other jobs that exist that no one talks about in filmmaking. So that's interesting to me because I'm a writer, I'm not a cinematographer, so I like, or a composer or a costume designer. So I like to get those kind of perspectives on the storytelling.
So, what, you have a general rule? You're saying that you won't like interview writers, or you have like a general rule that
No. I mean, I'll interview anyone, but I like to interview people like the jobs that don't get as much attention.
Mhm.
Because they have a different perspective that we're not used to. Cinematographers are really interesting because not to like sound bad on directors, but like they do a lot of the work that directors get credit for a lot of times. Like a lot of the visuals and a lot of the what we like from a visual standpoint comes from their mind a lot of the time. So
Mhm.
that's really interesting.
I think DPs get, directors of photography get shafted. Like they come up with the whole visual language of a film, and they often don't get credit. Like you just said, the director often gets credit.
Right. I mean, every film's different, so it's hard to say how much who does what, and at the end of the day, it is a collaboration.
Hmm.
But definitely, like, it's an interesting job. Directors have to handle the whole thing, you know, whereas DPs really get to focus on that particular thing. Like, they're just focused on the visual, whereas directors have to keep everything in kind of order, you know, like the visuals, the writing, the acting, they have to keep track of it all, whereas DPs get to just hone in on.
I'll get to him in a second. I see him.
Chaka Vader.
I
The
see you.
visuals.
Good evening, good sir. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Starfleet boy left me in charge of the store, so
Of course he did.
yeah. so how has your week been, Chaka Vader?
It's Chakatron.
Chakatron. I'm sorry.
Chakatron. Chakatron.
How's your week been?
Come and rock me, Chuckatron.
Great. I just came back from the store to get some water. That's the highlight of my day.
And that can't be the highlight of the week.
It's the life of the Chocotron.
It's the life of the Chocotron.
I'm dehydrated.
Uh-huh.
What are you guys talking about?
Chuckatron.
No, I was just interviewing Ruben on his process when he does interviews with actors, directors, and writers, and his whole process, how he approaches the whole thing. So,
actually, I was going to talk to Ruben about that. Did I tell you, Ruben? I have now 2 Steadicams, 2 collar mics. It's an Osmo DJI Steadicam that I have.
Mm.
So it even follows you around and tracks you around. You don't even have to
Oh,
operate
nice.
it. What else do I have? And I'm getting one of those the theater lights. So I need just a script, or basically, and then I have all the gear. If you ever want to put something together, I have the film equipment to film it. Now I'm practically complete.
Nice, definitely. Yeah, bro. It's fucking collab.
Yeah. And I have 2 tripods on top of that.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Was that like, this is probably the like stupidest question ever, but I'm going to ask it anyway. That was obviously really, really expensive, right?
Yes, it was. But it's like, if you do it in one shot, yes. The answer is yes. But I was just gathering stuff over time. 150 here, 400 there. Every time I get like 1 year 400, one other year 250, just put in.
Uh-huh.
And now
Right.
I finally have like the equipment set up for a small short film. Like we can make one quality scale.
Do you have anything in mind at all to shoot? Any ideas or anything like that?
I just know the angles. I need ideas is what I need, which is this guy up there. Is the idea guy.
Sorry,
That's the idea guy.
I'm
Okay.
fighting a boss here in Genshin Impact.
And he's fighting a boss too at the same time.
Mother fucking tornadoes.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, Geek Interview. I'm sorry, your name just popped up. Sorry, I'm off
I think
with
he's
names,
Mike.
so just.
He's muted.
Oh yeah, well. Okay.
From Scotland.
I'm totally gonna kill Starfleet Boy when he comes back.
That's what I always say.
I'm gonna kill you.
She's back.
There you go.
Oh, the bitch, oh, the bitch, oh, the bitch is back. Cold, stone, sober, as a matter of fact. Actually, I'm not sober. I'm
all right,
joking.
you run your show now.
Thank you for making it show, Marcelo. I actually left Ruben in charge, but he's never
He's fighting a boss.
he's fighting a boss, so it was like whatever.
That's okay. That's okay. Like the first 10 minutes was cool because I was kind of like just asking him questions. I was like interviewing him live on the air. Like
Yeah, I found out a lot of stuff. I appreciated that.
And I'm
Feel free to interview
apparently
anyone.
born to stream on Twitch because I can play games and talk to you guys at the same time.
You should be simul streaming this on Twitch, and that's it. I'm gonna put you in charge of the Starfleet Boy has a Twitch and I never use it, but I'm gonna put you in charge and you're gonna stream your video games on Starfleet Boy's Twitch. Done. We'll figure it out. I gotta figure this out. So
No, actually, before the show started, I was hoping that I would have a couple moments alone with you, Starfleet Boy, because I have an offer for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it something
Are
we
we
have to wait
live?
till later to talk? Yeah, we
no,
are
no.
live, by the way.
Here we go.
Yeah, I know. No. We can no. We can.
I want Shakatron back. I love looking at Shakatron. Bring it back.
can-
Bring it back.
No.
Ruben, he
I'll,
wants time alone. Ruben, let's
no,
go.
No. Well. Screw it. I'll ask him live on the air. I'm going to reopen my YouTube channel in a couple weeks, and I wanted to review all 3 extended editions of the Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
And,
I'm there. Done.
Yeah,
Yes.
no.
Oh wait, were you inviting me? Sorry, I didn't even know if you were inviting me.
He
No,
invited
I was-
himself right there.
I invited
Like, I'm already there.
I'm already
Even if you don't want me.
That's true.
No,
Geek
but
and Review, hello.
But I wanted to ask you if you could be my review partner for all three of those films.
I'd be happy to. I've also read all the books. I'll read them more I'll read them again. I read them once a year, like Christopher Lee does. But I haven't read them in 3 years.
Where's
But
the ring?
and I've read the Silmarillion 4 times. I wish someone would create the Silmarillion.
Is that thing really unfilmable? I'm sorry.
I do love those hobbits.
Anyone who says something's unfilmable should never mind. I'm not gonna be mean, but yeah.
Oh, come on, go ahead. I don't give a shit. Go ahead.
I can't be mean. Geek, do a sound check. I saw you had your.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
There he
I
is.
had a few technical problems.
Thanks for joining us. You've been away for a while. Work duty has called.
Yeah, work was in the way, man.
It's nice to have you, man.
Yeah, no. So
Nice to be back.
I'll be opening up my YouTube channel. I'll be opening back up my YouTube channel in a couple weeks, and I'm lining up a couple people. Also, I'm gonna be.
Boss is over.
Victory. Sorry, I'm sorry. I should have muted myself.
That's okay. That's okay.
Who's back in the stream?
I'm
was
totally
like,
used to
edge
you
of my
by
seat.
now.
Edge of my seat there.
So yeah, no, and also I'm going to be reviewing Star Trek within like the next 2 months or something.
Oh, okay,
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a part of it. I'm happy to reciprocate. That's cool. Thanks for inviting me here on public too. It's on record. It's nice. I like that. It's like now the audience is gonna be like, "Where is he? Where's Starfleet Boy? What's going on?"
I can,
onto my own show.
I can promise you, the audience doesn't give a crap about my channel. So
No,
Here's
that's not
my
true.
my nerdy mug. It's a 20-sided die
nice.
Oh, that's cool, man.
from my
Easy, man.
DM self.
Let's see the
That's
inside.
amazing.
Not 20, not 20.
Nice.
That would be a good jar to store your
Dice
contraband in. Just saying.
Yeah.
Literally, he's nodding his head like, "Yep, it's actually a good idea." Whoa! Look at this. It's a full house.
Wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
Another reunion.
Shakatron, tell us about Shakatron real quick before we get started. And welcome. I didn't welcome you when I was away. I had to
He's on
tweet
the
the
grid.
tweet, and I can only do one thing at a time. What's that?
No, right now he's off the grid.
Whatever's going on with Shaka is tripping me out.
That's right. I'm off the grid.
Chakatron.
Chakatron.
Come on, Chakatron.
Oh my
I didn't know what it
goodness.
was at first. I was, what the hell?
He's missing his face.
Somebody just took it off.
Face off.
You're filming the reboot of Face Off.
Oh, but
It's a reboot of Face Off crossed with RoboCop.
Little bit of Daft Punk. It's good.
Real quick, show of hands. Who saw Cruella?
That's it.
PJ saw it. PJ saw it too.
Yeah, but his hand was like that.
It's
Oh,
good.
that's-
It's good.
that's
You
a
gotta
pity
watch it.
hand. That was pity.
it's,
Everyone's like, all right.
It's actually good. It's actually good. You gotta watch it. If you have, if you have the plus.
yeah, quick show of hands. Who saw In the Heights?
I started watching it. I'm gonna finish it this weekend because my mom wants to watch it, so I can't watch it without her.
Oh, that movie is pure joy.
My
in the
friend
cup.
Flavio is in there though, so I
Oh,
should watch
cool.
it just to support him.
Yeah, that's
That
that was the big premiere.
His name is Flaco. That's what his stage name is. I think he sang with Ruben Blades.
Yeah, that movie is just joy in a cup. Joy in a cup. I mean, I'm a theater guy, so I love Broadway stuff. So
Yeah,
that
I was
movie
excited
was
about it.
so good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah.
Like it's the
But-
best musical in so many years.
I want to
Tamil.
see Dune though. I want to see Dune. That's coming.
That's
December?
not till like November or something.
Whenever
like
that
June,
movie gets here, yeah.
Yeah, December, right? I think it's December, November. something?
December.
October, I think, end of October.
Yeah, I think it's end of
Ah.
October.
I think it's
man.
2024.
I think the best chances of getting a Best Picture win is going to be Fast 9, the Fast Saga.
What?
No. I heard it. I heard things about it,
It's gaining
And
momentum, man.
and it's like, oh wow, they do that. And I won't say anything, but like, I don't mind being spoiled for bullshit. I mean,
No.
but I did.
You know-
I did like 5. I hated the first. I liked the first 2. Didn't like Tokyo Drift, and then didn't even watch the 4th one. And then I saw 5 somewhere down the line. I was like, holy shit, it's pretty good. 6 was good. 7 was okay. 8 was okay. And now this one is like back to. It's like getting tired, apparently.
You know what else is gaining momentum is He-Man.
Oh, and the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, the
I
Revelations.
like totally jizzed in my pants at that trailer.
Yeah. Although the trailer does give off something else about it.
What
That
is
choice of music was very odd.
Yes, no,
Very,
was
very
odd.
odd.
it wasn't.
I Need a Hero?
He-Man has become like a huge gay
like, is
icon
he-
slash. No,
is
he's
he
become.
gay now?
No, I don't know what they'll do with Prince Adam or He-Man, but I think he's fluid. I would think they would want to keep him like.
There was even rumors that
Completely
this show
fluid.
is going to be about Tila and her girlfriend, and not
so
about
excited
He-Man.
about it.
So they were going to pull the rug under us, and put He-Man there to draw everybody in, and then have it be about Tila, which that music does fit for Tila. You know,
What? I Need a Hero?
we need a hero.
No, Johnny Five had that music. That was his theme song in
Oh
Short
yeah,
Circuit 2. Yeah,
that
you
was
can-
that was so epic
it's just,
too. On top
yeah,
of
it was
that.
really good. No. I think that could be He-Man's theme song. I want that to be He-Man's theme, and also
He-Man
also Total
had a
Eclipse of
great
the Heart.
theme.
He should
Remember
also.
that.
He should. I know it's da 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 da
Remember
da
that.
da da da. Everyone knows it. Do you guys
The-
watch He-Man?
Well, not
Everyone
no,
else
did?
Kevin,
No,
Kevin chose
not
that for a
really.
reason. And the thing
Deacon,
about
you never
Hollywood,
watched He-Man.
the thing about Hollywood is that they don't do nothing by accident. That was chosen for a reason. So I love the animation. I love how epic it looks, but I'm a little on the fence about what the plot's gonna be like. I'm like, this looks a little weird.
Well, it's called He-Man I mean, it's called Masters of the Universe Revelation.
Yeah,
So there may in fact be
Yeah.
some revelations, and it's part 1. It's only part 1, and the icing on the cake is that Mark Hamill plays
Skeletor.
Skeletor.
Yeah,
The most interesting thing to me is I haven't even actually watched the trailer, so
trailer really is
you're
amazing.
you're making
Trailer
it
really is
sound
amazing.
so fascinating.
We we can't show
It's
it,
just
right?
the choice of
PJ?
music that threw me off.
No.
but the
PJ's
trailer
like
is
the
amazing.
legal department on
No,
Starfleet.
if we-
Right?
no,
I was asking. Like,
Don't show it. Man. You can.
Don't
show
I
it.
mean, you can, but,
Yeah, no, but if you show us, you'll get a copyright strike for sure. Don't do it.
that's
Definitely will.
We looked at it 2 weeks ago. You don't remember? We looked at all the stills. You had them up.
No,
on
but
the
We
yeah,
did
but-
do that,
but
yeah,
those
yeah.
are
No, I
just
wanted to show the
pictures. That's
trailer,
not
yeah.
actual footage.
yeah.
Yeah, no, in action it looks amazing. Yeah, really amazing.
it's what Netflix, right?
I just don't know. Yeah, it's on Netflix
So,
in July, right?
yeah. So, would you say you're like a happy nervous?
Hi,
then?
you're live on the air
I'm
right
happy
now.
nervous. You definitely are right
hello
about that.
there. Happy Friday. And hello, viewers.
Hi, this is what my best friend since like first grade, so I had to pick up
Hey,
Yes, hello, everyone.
the
I
phone.
can call you back at a later date. I forget that Friday nights is this wonderful podcast.
is that an answering machine?
Wait, before you go, say hi to Ruben and Shaka because they're on the. You know them, so.
Oh, I'm going to try not to scream because
Oh my God, is that? I just recognized the voice.
Hi, Shaka.
What up,
Yeah.
bitch?
Shaka, you may or may not
What up,
be-
bitch?
Ruben's going. What up, bitch? What up, bitch?
If I'm on a basketball court, I can scream like to high heaven, but I'm going to hold back right now.
All right, well, why don't you get on YouTube and watch us, like, so you can just kind of you can be in the chat.
Oh, is it just, what is it? I'm sure I followed
I'll
you.
send you the
Okay.
link. All right, bye.
All right, send a link to it. Okay.
All right,
Love you. Bye.
love you too.
Bye, bye boys.
Goodbye, bloody.
So,
She never calls me, so I had to pick up the phone. I was a little worried.
so how come she never she doesn't follow all your stuff?
It's actually not a she. Although I don't know if Robert identifies as a male
No,
or
well,
anything,
no.
or
The
what
only
his
reason
pronouns are. But I should ask him. He's my friend since the first grade. I should
No,
know
no,
his
no.
pronouns or their
No.
pronouns.
No. The only reason why.
But
use
I
that
call her
pronoun-
she.
Yeah.
I call him she. Never mind. That's a weird thing. Sorry guys. It's like it just got weirder. The weird. All right, make it show. I'm gonna send the link.
Oh no.
No, please. Oh my god.
He's the worst.
So,
On his own show.
This time Geek and Reviews and
Oh, apparently I'm in charge. How's it going, guys?
I know. I think I did a
good.
great job last time.
This is just like
I did
Whose
a
Line Is
great
It
job.
Anywhere? It's like
Yeah,
points don't
it's
matter.
improv.
Doesn't really matter.
I did a great
Who cares
job.
who's in charge?
Come on.
It's the fact he goes, "You're in charge." Out the door. What did you guys think? What did you guys think of Loki?
I really enjoyed it. Like I was expecting it to be like off the wall weird, but I wasn't expecting this off of the wall weird. One thing that I will have to say is that I'm writing a particular script right now where I use the timekeepers. So when I watched Loki, I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to change that name now." God damn it! I was like, "No, Marvel, you stole my idea. You." So I was so pissed, but I really enjoyed it. I particularly liked the deep conversation between Loki and Owen Wilson when Owen Wilson was trying to get Loki to basically sit down and have a heart to heart and get him to admit that he doesn't actually like hurting people and making them suffer. I thought that was really unique for a show like this.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I thought I forgot how dark Loki was because in the last time you seen him Ragnarok, he was just this sort of happy-go-lucky, and then you forget he was really sinister in the first Thor film.
He really was, especially in the first one.
Oh yeah, it's so dark.
He gained everybody's confidence and then betrayed everybody.
I like
Very
when he calls
Shakespearean.
Scarlett Johansson a mewling Quim in The Avengers. You mewling
I was wondering if they
Quim.
were going to reference that in the show, but clearly that's been swept under the rug.
That is one of the best lines from the original Avengers. I'm sorry to admit that. I love that line.
I think because you don't expect it, that's why.
Yeah. No, also
Loki's always been a whiny little bitch, though. Now we know. We just know he is. He's
Loki-
confirmed it.
Loki is going to be someone.
He's so insecure. He's a
Someone
very
I was talking to at work
tiny person.
at the water cooler with Loki about Loki today said that Loki is going to be how they bring like the X-Men and Spider-Man into like because he's gonna break apart because right now there's only one timeline because of the timekeepers. He's gonna break that system. He's gonna destroy it, and then there will be a multiverse forever. Like that's
You
gonna
can watch
happen.
Comics Explained does a video on it.
Oh, okay, cool.
okay, but okay.
This
so,
is just a fan theory. It's
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like this
okay.
though. I like it though. I like it. I think it's
So,
cool.
but-
Because the Eternals could be how they bring in mutants too.
That's a
Oh,
good
right.
call. But
I don't know
what
about
would why would he break the timeline that
Because
why
now
would
there's
he
only
break-
one
He's
timeline
mischievous.
allowed.
He's
Right, and also
mischievous.
right, like, and who's to say that if the natural state of the universe was a multiverse, then why and the timekeepers have now lassoed it into one timeline, or that only one timeline or one variation's allowed? That's unnatural, right? So Loki, being the god of mischief, it just makes sense that he's going to be the one that that's why I think he's going to meet. Someone said Richard E. Grant is in the show. I think that's going to be an older version of Loki. I think we're going to see a female version of Loki. I think we might see, and they're all going to work in tandem because that's just their nature, right? That's what Loki does.
I mean, think about it. He did it in part 1 or part 2, where Thor was questioning him on why did you open the portal? You know, why did you let them in to kill Odin if he's your father? And he just said because he wants to. Basically, he's like, yeah, because I just love chaos. He just loves to see things out of order.
I just watched the first Thor. I'm in the middle of Thor the Dark World. I can't watch the whole thing in one sitting. But anyway,
That movie's so bad.
I just watched the first Thor, and he does set up the Frost Giant to come and kill Odin while he's sleeping, but
Right.
that's to kill the Frost Giant.
To
He had
kill
no
the Frost Giant.
Yeah, so like he was deceiving the Frost Giants by letting them in, but then like just to kill them basically.
so I'm
Because he
sorry,
wants to
he
be the
loves
ruler.
that.
He doesn't want to agree to peace with anyone. He wants to be the be all and end all, which is such a weird and foolish ambition for who he is. Because he acts like he is like the supreme god of the universe when he's not. He's not even the son of Odin and Rene Russo.
Yeah.
But he is the son of a king. The Frost Giant King was his.
It's weird how he's
He
not.
does have a
looks human.
royalty. Yeah. What was it? Odin did he like blew air on him and it turned him. Oh, well, he has the power of illusion, so he can
Okay.
look however he
So
wants.
Loki secretly looks like a frost giant.
Yeah.
He's,
Yeah,
he's
there's never
secretly 10
reference
feet
that
tall.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PE, what up? Also, hello earlier to Darren and Blue. I didn't say
I don't
hello.
know about 10 feet tall, but yeah.
Yeah,
That is
Loki
true because he
is
came
awesome.
out as a normal baby and he stayed that size.
When he
I don't know.
when he touches that
Oh,
box
'cause
in the
he's-
first in the Thor, he turns blue and he looks like a frost giant, but just like
Isn't it
But
because
he's
his
regular
mother?
size.
Isn't it because his mother is an Asgardian?
They probably didn't explain that in the movies though, but that's
I
probably
thought
in the
they
comic
did.
books.
I can't remember.
Was it not
Yeah,
Odin took him when he won
Odin-
the last battle?
What's
Odin
that?
found Loki, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who,
Yeah,
he
Odin
doesn't even
found
know
him.
who the mother is. Like
Exactly.
just-
So that's how they could cover that up. They could just make up anything and be like, "Yeah, well, that's why he's normal size."
I wasn't
But
even
yeah.
thinking about that till you guys brought it up.
I bet you a lot of people are revisiting the Thor movies now because of Loki. Because I just started doing it. I was like, I want to see more Loki.
I know
until
Ruben
the next
is.
Loki. Yeah. Which one? Which
Yeah.
one is the best? Which Thor is the best?
Which is the best Thor?
Ragnarok.
I like the first
Ragnarok.
Come on.
I really.
What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm sorry.
I really, I'm with Geek and Review on this one. I really like the first Thor, but I really like Ragnarok too.
The first one was my favorite because I love everything Kenneth Branagh makes. But
Branagh.
is it
Kenneth
Branagh?
Kenneth
Branagh. We say
Branagh.
Branagh in the UK. Branagh.
How does he say it? Branagh, right?
Kenneth-
I don't know. Well, he's Irish. Although you
He's from
wouldn't tell by the
Kentucky.
accent.
He's from Kentucky.
Ain't that fucking Kentucky?
Howdy, y'all. I'm Kenneth Branagh.
I'm in Wild Wild West.
I'm down to my used car dealership.
I graduated from Cambridge.
I'll direct your movie, sure, sir.
But
The
but
worst thing about the
Taika Waititi's Thor is more my like. core.
Chris Hemsworth looks progressively better throughout the films. Like in the first one, he looks fucking awful because he has that dyed hair and
Yeah, the eyebrow.
dyed eyebrows. It even looks like his facial hair is like touched up with like blonde highlights or something, and it looks fake as fuck. It doesn't look natural at all. And then
You should
Thor
look up
2,
the picture of him now. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
Thor:
yeah.
Love and Thunder.
we looked at
He
that.
looks like a
We
fucking
looked at
monster.
it yesterday. Yeah, he does. He
Jesus
does.
Christ.
Looks like Carrot Top.
The new, is it called the new rock stars? They did something a while back, or a video showing, breaking down that picture, and he's wearing an Yggdrasil shirt. But the guy pointed out that, what was it? I can't remember. It was on something on YouTube.
It's the biggest he's ever been anyway. And
But
you've
not
got
that,
to-
not just that. The guy pointed out that his look is an homage to Jack Burton, which I love. Big Trouble in Little
Burton?
China. Yeah, Big Trouble in
Oh,
Little
okay, yeah.
China. In Little China. Oh my god, I almost said that. I can't.
Vagina. Big
Sorry.
trouble in that vagina.
No, you almost actually, no, you did say that.
I did say it. I said it. Oh my goodness. I say it to make fun of someone so much that now it's come back to curse me. Ragnarok is the only Thor movie yeah, that I've ever seen, but the Loki series is making me want to watch it. It's cool. Good. You can skip Dark World. No, you can't. You have to watch it.
No, you can skip it. Don't watch that.
No, you can skip it, but they
Don't
really want you to
Please
watch it.
don't
And
watch
Loki, they really forced what the events of Ragnarok Dark World happening.
You know what's funny when if you watch Thor and then Thor 2, it's in between. Avengers is in between, so Loki's done some shit, right? But when he shows up in Thor Dark World, if you forgot about the Avengers, you would think Odin was just talking about the events of the first movie. Like, oh, you went down, and you messed with Earth, and this is your punishment. And yada,
That's a
yada.
good way of looking at that. Damn, I didn't know that.
But then I was like, oh yeah, he's actually talking about the Avengers shit.
All right.
They do a good job in the standalone movies not to put too much emphasis on the in-between movies that aren't... Like, you can watch the first 3 Captain Americas, or, well, the only 3 Captain Americas, and it's a good trilogy. And actually, they get better and better. Same thing with Thor, like... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I think like the first Captain America film is underrated. I don't think enough people talk about how solid that film is. Sorry
It
for
was really good, yeah.
cutting you off there,
I like
PJ.
it better now than I did when I first saw it. I remember thinking the first time I saw it was too pulpy. It was too, not cartoony, but just, it was too polished. It was too much. It looked like one of those.
You felt it was
overproduced
forced,
things.
right? Or
It
no?
was forced, yeah. That's what.
Yeah.
And like the whole nature of the olden times and the way they did it was
Yeah.
cool. But I thought they were like, it was a little campy anyway. But it gets better as it goes along. I find, and then Winter Soldier's way better, and then fucking Civil War is better still.
Thor
agree with
is
Blue.
going to be Natalie Portman.
Mm-hmm. And they only did that to bring her back because she was done with the franchise.
I mean, it's a big deal. To be Thor, like I think any actor would want to be Thor.
Yeah.
Well,
She was
not-
gonna
not
quit.
for the workout routine.
What's that?
Some people might not want to do 6 months in a gym to look like that, though.
Yeah, she's probably on a daily basis. She's probably really Thor. Oh, because she works out. I like that. I think I saw. I don't know if
Did you
it
do
was.
this joke last night? It was
That's a Mike Tyson joke.
He's
really Thor.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, what were you saying, PJ?
I'm gonna make an orphan out of his family. What does he say? It's in The Simpsons or something. That boxer that make. I don't know. Never mind. Dredrick Tatum. There you go. It's like, I'm gonna make orphans of his children or something like that.
Something like that. Did they have a picture?
Has anybody here on the panel read the news about Peacock making a TED series?
Really?
Ted?
It's Seth MacFarlane. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
wow.
it's Peacock, the guy who's actually doing
It's
it.
going to be a sitcom with the CG teddy bear voiced by Seth MacFarlane and a younger version of Mark Wahlberg's character.
Yeah. No,
Like
but
growing up in the 80s and 90s, I guess.
yeah. The reason why I bring it up is because I'm kind of worried that Seth will leave the Orville and put all his attention on the TED TV series at Peacock, which I don't want him to do.
You're worried
So,
about that?
Is Seth MacFarlane is already
kidding.
spread thin. If he could get rid of Family Guy right now and just do a movie, that's what he'd do. But Fox is like, we're going to milk this for all it's worth. See, what Fox does is they have actual quality programming that they give 1 or 2 seasons to, or like a few seasons, and they're like, yeah, done with you. And then they give like things that are tired and repetitive, like The Simpsons and Family Guy, years and years and years, and the creators are just like, okay, another year, sure, more money, okay, no problem.
How many?
That smile is so creepy.
Steady work though.
It's I got the money I wanted.
Like Nancy Carr, you ever heard Dr. Hibbert now? And they've replaced certain characters for racial reasons. But what happens when certain actors are too old to voice the parts? You're gonna have someone to replace like Homer Simpson and all the voices that Dan Castanella does, or Hank Azaria might get too old or something. Or I mean, the woman who does Marge's voice, Julie, I forget her name. She sounds really old, like, and tired. These people are getting in their 60s and 70s now, doing characters in their between 10 and 30 years old.
Old man, take a look at my
I'm
life.
curious. When that show first started, like, what's the general
Julie
contract?
Kavener.
Like, what's the general contract that these people signed when they started the show way back in the day? Like, what, like 7 years, 8 years?
No, not that long. Probably like 2 to 5 years, I'd say.
Right, and then after that, they probably renegotiated with the studio, obviously, right?
Yeah, if they want to,
Okay.
just like Friends and Seinfeld, the longer that went on, the more money they were like.
Yeah, we were
demanding
looking
and
at
got
the
paid.
top the most expensive shows per episode to make, and we were like really shocked that
Friends
I was
is
shocked
one
that
of the
Friends
most expensive shows due to
yeah.
the money they were paying that cast by
Pivot.
the end of it.
Pivot.
Did anyone see the Friends reunion?
Yeah, I tried to watch it.
He did.
I
You saw
did
it?
not.
Cool.
No one
I
told
know-
me.
I
No
watched
one
it,
told me
too.
it was going to be this way. And it was sucked. But yeah,
No, I'm actually watching Friends for the first time right now. So
What? Really?
What?
yeah, I'm not. Look, I don't particularly like sitcoms. I didn't grow up watching sitcoms.
Oh my god.
I've never. That was never my thing. So I'm sorry.
I've never seen Seinfeld. That's all right.
Well,
what's
no,
the deal
no,
with that?
Well, yeah. Well, I've seen Seinfeld, but but I'm trying to,
I'm having some
like,
breakthroughs tonight.
catch up on like all the classic sitcoms. Like a couple months ago, I just wrapped Cheers.
Oh my
After
god, I
that,
love Cheers.
What a great
After-
show that was.
yeah.
eh?
Yeah.
after that,
I
I went
watched it fully
directly.
remastered. It looked so amazing.
Oh wow!
Frasier's
I
pretty
think
good,
that's
too.
how I'm watching
Yeah.
it. And
No,
Cheers, I saw the last episode and cried when I was a kid. I loved that show so much. It was such a sad thing to watch.
you
the last
cheer?
episodes. I know I did not cheer. Do you guys mind if I show? Sorry, Marcelo, keep going. About your sitcoms.
Okay.
Make it show.
About your sitcoms that you
oh.
never watched as a kid because you had a joyless childhood. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I watched too much Buffy when I was a kid. So sorry.
Oh, that's true. That's true. No, Buffy's good. That's a good childhood. So wait, Cheers, and then what else?
So I finished Cheers and I went right to Frasier, and now Frasier is one of my favorite
It's
Yeah.
so
sitcoms
good.
of all time. I love that show.
Frasier's
With a
my guilty pleasure.
Ridiculous passion.
I
love it
never
so much.
admitted to anybody I watched that show. I was afraid I might get beaten up, but the show was so good.
That's hilarious. I didn't realize there was a thing like that. That's funny.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so after I finished Friends, I think, yeah, well, sitcoms aren't my thing. I mean, I liked Cheers and Frasier, and Friends is cool too. But like, I don't feel the need to keep going down the sitcom, bin, so to speak, because that's not the type of TV that I like to watch. So if
Yeah, I
that,
hear you.
Oh,
Can I show you guys a leaked picture of Natalie Portman that I
Will
think
and
is?
Grace was good too. No one
Oh,
saw
that was a
Will and
good show.
Grace?
Yeah, it was a good... I saw it. I
I've
watched all
actually-
those shows.
Yeah, I've
That's
actually seen.
incredible.
Golden Girls.
I've actually seen a couple episodes of Will and Grace, and those couple episodes that I watched had me on the floor laughing
Yeah.
in stitches. So I might go to that too.
Yeah.
Can I show a leaked picture from from Thor: Love and Thunder of Natalie Portman that I think is fake, and you guys can tell me what you think?
It probably is fake because I don't think any pictures leaked.
All right, I'm gonna show it to you because she looks so swole in this picture. It's insane. That's not real, right?
Yeah, that's fake.
No, that has to be fake. That is not real.
I know, bro. That's legit. That's legit. That's the worst. That's the shittiest Photoshop. Come
What
on,
is
man.
going on with her?
Come on. Look at the
Her,
face
arm,
and the head.
her
and the
arms are
neck.
bigger than her head.
Jesus.
That's
dude.
definitely not her.
She turned into Carrot Top again.
I hope it is. I'll watch the movie. I didn't watch Thor 3, but I'll watch Thor 4.
Her arms are bigger than her head.
Are you sure that's not real? I mean, like,
It's side by side, dude.
No way.
I think
Good
that's
Lord.
a bad Photoshop job.
all right, I just had to get it out. I saw it, so I needed you guys to see it.
Oh no, I'd seen it. Yeah.
That's great. That was great.
Do you guys think that it was Taika Waititi's idea to bring Natalie back, or it was Kevin Feige's idea to bring her back?
I think it was Feige.
Really?
I think she's seen Ragnarok and said, "I want to come back now. It looks fun."
Okay.
And I mean, they have comic book cred to do the storyline, so because she was Thor in the storyline too.
Because
Right.
she wasn't used at all in
In
really
the
Dark
first
World.
2 movies, yeah,
Yeah.
she's just there.
Even the end scene wasn't her that was hugging and kissing on Thor. It was Thor's wife that did that scene.
Yeah.
You know, and so they didn't even have her back on set to do that. That was like a slap in her face for that. That's why she was like, "I'm walking off." And I think it was Feige that made the decision. I really do. I don't know the truth of it, but I think Feige had a lot to do with that.
So what do you think? What do you think made it so like uncomfortable for her on the set of those two movies? Do you just think it was the fact that they didn't have a lot for her in the scripts that they gave her?
Well,
Or
no, I think
Definitely.
she
Yeah.
admitted that it was like she was just a damsel in distress again, like
Oh,
that
okay.
weak role.
Right. From
You
what I
know.
understand, it was just a boring role for her.
It was
like,
boring.
okay.
especially for someone of her caliber. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I really enjoy Natalie Portman. She's really.
They were trying to do to her what they did to Mickey Rourke, which was they stepped all over his villain character just to make Robert Downey look better. You know, he got the short end of the stick on that. They really screwed him over.
Mhm.
You know, which is why he said all those nasty things about Marvel. You know, he said screw Marvel for what they did to him. You know, this is supposed to be Whiplash, a big character, big villain, and he wasn't part of the movie at all. Really, he was just a sideshow.
Yeah, he wasn't. I mean, to me, when I watched Iron Man, that particular Iron Man film, he was memorable. I thought he did a. I thought he did a good job. I mean, his character resonated with me, but I don't know any of the behind the scenes.
Marvel
drama
does
or-
this to people too, man. They like they did with Natalie Portman. They step on people to make their stars look better.
Right.
You know, and it's sad, but that's Hollywood. Sometimes Hollywood does that. Though Marvel does that a lot.
So, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
taking over your show,
PE
sorry.
was saying there's not that doesn't happen. It's fine. I could just remove you if you're ever bad. Like I can go like this. Bye. Just kidding though, but I didn't really do it. So don't worry, it's safe.
Mean streaks.
It's safe to be you. They should just end The Simpsons. They've been around for way too long. Just call it quits. Let them all retire. I haven't watched The Simpsons
Just
since
like the Flintstones, though. Or has Simpsons surpassed the Flintstones?
No, Flintstones. How long
long
did they
ago,
last? How long were the Flintstones running for?
7, no, 10. No,
I can't.
I want to
What's
say
The
7
Simpsons
years?
like season 20 now or something like that?
The Simpsons
Did they
is the
not do
longest running
Simpsons?
animated.
It is the longest? Okay.
Celebrated,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
by
but it was
far.
longer
Because
than Flintstones.
I, as a kid, I remember people saying that about the Flintstones. They were like, "All right, just end it already. It's been going on for way too long." Because it was the first cartoon to be shown at nighttime. You know, and they said the same thing about the Flintstones.
And a lot of cartoons too, like Scooby Doo, ran for a long time, but it was different series. Like one series would end, then they'd start another one called Scooby Doo something else.
Yeah.
Whereas The Simpsons is just after the Tracy Ullman thing. That's it. It's just bam.
And Family
Hey,
Guy's been around for
Adam-
22 years.
Edda Ames, welcome back. Welcome back.
Family Guy.
Hey, how's everybody?
Pretty
Good,
good.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
We have another. Did you watch Loki? Are you into the Marvel shows, Edamame? Edamames.
I-
Edamame. Edamame. Yeah, mommy.
Adamantium.
No, I didn't get a chance to do that, not yet. But yes, I do like Loki only because I think the actor is so cute.
Oh, Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, totally.
Super hot. I think it's the first time we ever see him shirtless too, which was really great. I
Oh,
remember.
haven't seen it yet.
I low key think he's cute too.
PE says this is what happens when no new Star Trek comes out for a while. Eventually the topics go to sitcoms. That's funny. Yeah, we were talking about sitcoms. I thought it like tied in somehow.
No, I'm really interested to see how Starfleet Boy After Dark changes once we get Star Trek back, because I'm dying to hear those conversations in the future. So I just want to beam to that point.
It's coming in what, 5 weeks? Lower Decks.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't
Oh,
wait
yes,
for
so
that.
it's good.
So excited.
9 weeks.
Oh, is it 9
Oh.
weeks? 9.5. Just say 9.5 weeks to make it to make
Yeah,
it
make it a
sexier.
baby.
Strange New Worlds is filming episode 8. They're due to finish filming by the end of July, I believe.
Yeah.
Did anybody see The Bad Batch?
I did.
Or The Bad
Bad
Batch?
Rest on that
Bitch.
completely.
Etta Mames, you didn't see it, right?
No. Actually,
Okay.
I haven't been watching anything lately.
At all? You should watch Sweet Tooth.
I saw that, and part of me wants to see it, and part of me is like not really sure.
Ruben saw the first episode. What'd you think, Ruben?
I agree with my cousin when he said that in a world where there's hybrid animals and humans, we wouldn't try to eradicate them. We'd put them in porn. And so I find Sweet Tooth too unbelievable.
Bestiality.
It was okay. It was alright. I mean, I didn't want to watch anymore, so I just stopped.
I'm
Yeah,
into
it's
episode.
it's
I'm
not
at
calling
episode.
to me really.
I'm
Not
on
really.
episode like 4 or 5. It's great. I can't. I'll tell you how it's like when it's done. We'll have a Sweet Tooth special on Starfleet. I might be the only person on that episode, but whatever. So Marcel, I missed the last 2 episodes of The Bad Batch. I haven't seen it. Can you give us like a 5-sentence summary of, or just like, like something like a quick how are the last 2 episodes?
For the episode of Sweet Tooth where it's just you should do like Hammond did in Jurassic Park and have that recording where you interact with yourself.
I am gonna do that. That's actually what I'm gonna do.
You reviewing Sweet Tooth with yourself.
Thank you. That's like a
Boom.
genius idea. I'm done. Thank you. I'll have to ask Trek on the tube how he does it. He talks to himself all the time.
Really? He does? Well, I don't
Yeah,
feel
it is
so bad now
channel.
because I do that all the time too.
Okay, so The Bad Batch in 5 sentences.
The Bad Batch for me is getting better and it's getting interesting. That's not 5 sentences. I just need to say up front to everyone watching right now, the only reason why I'm watching The Bad Batch is because I'm on the show. But this particular episode of The Bad Batch was my favorite episode of the season so far because something happens to one particular character that has been really annoying me, and I really like where they took his character in this particular episode. And I love what they dealt with and how he was written in this particular episode. And the character that I'm talking about is Wrecker.
Oh, cool.
I thought it was record, yeah, the way you were talking.
It's Wrecker. But I am very, very optimistic moving forward that the show is going to get better. The one thing that really annoys me as a writer, do you notice how every time an episode of The Bad Batch ends, they don't credit the writer in the credits? For some reason, they leave it out. So that ticks me off every time I see it.
They don't credit the writers in the Bad Batch credits?
No,
Doesn't
they
make
don't.
sense.
No, they don't. So if you actually want to find out who actually wrote the episode, you got to go to IMDb.
I feel like that's
annoying.
against like some sort of union law.
No, well, the interesting thing about that is I watched the first episode of Star Trek Rebels the other day, and they did the same thing in Star Trek Rebels. So I don't understand why they do that. I don't. I don't
Star
understand why
Trek
they do that.
Rebels.
Star Wars.
I mean, Star Wars Rebels. Sorry, I always confuse.
You have failed me for the last
Star,
time.
Star Wars. Plus, I'm a Star Trek guy. I'm not a Star Wars.
Apology accepted, Captain
Get him.
Piet. Oh my
Get him
god.
now. Get him now.
Can't resist.
Yeah.
All right, so The Bad Batch got more interesting. I'm gonna check it out this weekend.
No, I'm serious.
And for that little
Because-
part that he said he just whizzed by, which he was on the show.
Wait, what?
Is that
What?
what you said?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Marcelo
picked up
said he's
that
on
as
the
well.
show. Talk about it.
Wait a minute. What? I was on the show?
Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Did you say that?
I thought you
Oh,
said.
wait, do you meant for
I
this
was on
show?
the show?
He meant for this show, not this show.
Yeah, he meant for this show.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Because
This
I was
show.
like,
Holy cow,
why is he
cool.
not making a bigger deal of this?
Dude,
That would have been
Dude,
amazing.
I'm
I thought I missed that.
if I was on Star Wars, you guys would be the first guys to find out. I would like scream from the rooftops.
I was gonna be
Dude,
like,
not on
holy
Star
shit.
Wars, on Bad Batch.
Yeah, I was gonna be
Star
like,
Wars-
holy shiitake mushrooms, Starfleet boy is like a star fucker. I have Shaka. I had like.
Well, actually, I told nobody when I was on Star Trek. You guys found out by yourselves.
No, you told
No,
nobody. That's right. Were you on an NDA or something, right? I guess you were. Yeah.
No, I just didn't care.
What?
Come on.
Yeah.
Everyone called me up.
Star
Is
Trek,
that
man.
you? I'm like, yeah, it's me.
It's Star Trek. If I look, if I had a
Well, I
walk
remember
on
you
role
showed me a
on
picture
set,
of you on set when you came to my
Yeah,
my script reading slash Halloween party.
yeah.
You cared. You had cookies with Sir Patrick Stewart. I don't buy it for a second. You were like,
I do love your cookies, Audrey. I'll
he
never
called you
forget that.
Audrey.
No, the Audrey she made. But I'll never forget him saying that.
Hey,
Um,
so Hail of the Woods. Who
yes.
is Chaka Tron?
Oh, Shakatron. Okay.
He's one of Europe's number one
DJs.
Eurovision.
EDM, yeah, EDM
He's the
DJs.
winner of Eurovision 2021.
Okay, forgive me.
Shakatron.
I'm
I
the
spin
novice in the
records with
group.
little people on them.
Shakatron.
Yeah.
So Shaka is also a friend of mine since like kindergarten. He used to guest star in the after school adventures that Ruben and I would have. And so we've known each other, and we used to make like short films when we were teenagers and things like that. And then Shaka actually, of all of us who wanted to be in the film industry, Shaka's the only one that actually went and did it,
Went
as far as I
distance.
know.
And
Yeah.
that's why you wear a mask.
No, he's just doing that. That's Shakatron. So normally, you could see, if you tune into previous episodes of Starfleet Boy After Dark, and you'll see Shaka without a mask. But tonight he came on with this mask.
Tonight
It's like pretty, it's like
I'm
Daft
a
Punk.
persona right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, yeah.
persona.
So also
Okay.
Trying something new.
among many credits such as Vampire Diaries, you can see Shaka on Star Trek Picard. If you watch the second episode, he dies. He's a red shirt, and he's wearing a red shirt.
I'm
which is
wearing a red
great. Yeah, and he
Hey,
dies
that's
in an
cool.
epic. He actually dies in a funny and epic way, and so it was a huge coup that I actually knew. Not only did I know someone who's already famous, but the fact that he's in Star Trek, and I love Star Trek, and
Yeah.
it was just like super
Okay,
cool.
I
so.
will go and rewatch that just to look for that particular moment.
Yep, yep,
Episode 2, and it's the first dad joke in Mars. I think that's what the article wrote me as.
Okay.
And then thanks for calling me Sohail of the Woods. No one knew that nickname until today, but I
Oh,
don't mind.
sorry
No,
about
I
that.
love it. I love the nickname, so I'm glad you mentioned
I will
Sohail
never
of the Woods.
forget that.
Into
And
the
it's
thick of it.
ingrained in my mind.
Into the thick of it.
Speaking of alternate
Sohail in the
persona,
woods.
wow, I like that. But yes, there was a character. If you guys like classical music and ballet, there's a wonderful. Who is it? Is it Prokofiev? Yeah, I think it's Prokofiev.
What's the music?
Prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun.
Ooh.
No, that is
That sounds
a
interesting.
Ravel.
Ravel. I thought it was.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So Ravel's Prelude to the Afternoon of Faun. I really appreciated Mikhail Baryshnikov's version of that, where he's dressed as the faun and he does very exaggerated faun-like moves. And I worked at a classical radio station with both Ruben and Yolanda, so occasionally I would put like leaves and laurels in my hair and then do the faun movements. And I would not break character for like an hour or something, and so that became so.
I am the fawn.
I was
That
so
was also
hailed.
true of Sahal's raptor impersonation.
Yes, I was a very weird. I was a
The
very
raptor-
weird kid. I was.
the
Everyone
raptor
knows
was
this.
a good impersonation. We love the raptor.
Yes. So there you go. Now everybody knows that. we. Thank you. But Etta Mames.
Whoever's tuning in right now is getting gold, baby. Gold.
Blue says Starfleet Boy made me watch The Bad Batch too. Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't watch it for the last 2 weeks. Did anybody watch Superman and Lois?
Yes, last
I
2 weeks have been phenomenal.
So good. So good. Did you
Oh,
guys see the
brother.
title of tonight's?
Oh, brother.
I know. Where art thou? Did you guys see the title? And sorry, Adam Ames, we do spoilers, so you can ask us questions about the show, though.
That's okay. I'm here only. I'm here as an observer and as an admirer. I can't
Oh.
believe you all get together this often.
Mhm.
It's just unbelievable. You all are just so cool together. I'm enjoying this. So.
I'm
We'll
not.
feel free-
It's all our mandatory
Yeah,
therapy.
yeah. I needed friends, so that's why I keep coming back.
Starfleet Boy actually has dirt on all of us, so he's blackmailed everyone.
Actually, Marcello, you kind of remind me of the guy that got killed by the mountain on Game of Thrones.
Pedro Pascal. the
Oh,
actor.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, the what's he on the? Oh crap! I have the
The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, well, I am.
He also
I
dies
am-
on Buffy.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, there you go. He's
Season
kind of
4.
like Ned Stark. The actor
No,
that plays Ned Stark dies in
And even
every.
though the movie was horrible, I loved him in Wonder Woman.
Yo, are you
Cheesed it
excited?
up so hard.
Adam Ames, are you excited about the new Game of Thrones series that's coming out about the Targaryens, the dragon?
I don't know yet. I hope they don't screw us over like with Game of Thrones, but okay.
Oh, you got
Um,
are you reading the books too?
I read all of them, but I'm kind of pissed off that the last one hasn't been finished.
Okay, cool. We're kind of in the same boat about all that stuff. Superman and Lois was amazing, says Blue Spark. Yes, it was. So did you guys see the title of tonight's Starfleet Boy After Dark?
No.
no, I did not.
I called it Superman and Sybok. Superman has a secret brother. I didn't know Superman had a brother. What's all this about? Does anyone know what's going on?
I don't think
I
it's
had-
his brother, because if you notice the symbol on the chest was different. I think it's Zod.
I was thinking I was starting to suspect that Edge is Zod as well, but I didn't
And
know.
in that shot when Clark or Superman gets captured by Zod in the Man of Steel and he has that vision, they're sort of flying next to each other like that as well. The way it ended and they were just directly at each other. So I think it's Zod.
It might be Zod. That would be cool. Morgan Edge was in Smallville. I found out.
Neo before
Zod. I heard
love
the
that
character
overacting.
of Morgan Edge was in Smallville, played by Rutger Hauer of all people. I had no idea
Wow.
Rutger Hauer. Did you guys know that?
No.
No.
I
That
had
is
no
Rutger
idea.
Hauer, right? Like, did anyone watch Smallville here?
I
I
got to
did.
5 or 6
I
and
love
that was it.
Smallville.
Do you know who
I-
Rutger Hauer is?
You're saying
I-
Rutger Hauer played Zod on Smallville?
No, Morgan Edge. The character.
Okay. I was like, what? I don't think that's right.
That's. I think he did. I'm not sure though. But yeah, I think you're right about that.
I mean, it's been a while since I watched Smallville, but
It has been a
Actually,
while.
yeah. Actually, quick plug. I actually review Smallville on my YouTube channel.
Wait, Marcelo, do you know who? And Yolanda, do you know who Rutger Hauer is?
Of course I do.
Okay, good. I was just making sure.
Lost like tears in the rain.
Yes. Do you know Marcelo? Do you know?
No. Well, now that you know, Shaka Tron just set up like, oh, that's who Rutger Hauer is. But
I love having young people on my show because it's really awesome.
he's
to, like,
he's the head vampire in the Buffy movie.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes,
no.
yeah.
That's right.
Wow! Oh my god!
There he is.
And I love that movie. So, wow. Okay. See the pieces. Yeah, the pieces are coming together for me.
So
Right now at this
the
moment.
characters of Morgan Edge was in Smallville, which I didn't know because I never finished watching Smallville, and he was played by Rutger Hauer, and I was blown away. And I forgot that was it Duke, Bo Duke, who plays Jonathan Kent on that show. I'm gonna have to watch Smallville now.
Yeah.
Like
John
I'm gonna
Schneider.
have to. I'm really interested in Smallville now. I had no idea that it had this many great actors in it. Like I forgot,
then,
I guess.
But didn't Bo Duke remember there was an episode where Luke Duke came in? Remember? And they actually drove the General Lee
What?
in Smallville.
No.
It wasn't the General Lee, but it was a race car, and Bo and Duke were back on like as partners, and they drove the car. And I was like, this is so weird. They're like bleeding into another show.
That's hella meta. PJ, did you watch Smallville?
No. I watched the first episode and I was done.
What? Okay.
And that's PJ's review.
Oh my god. Okay.
Tune in tomorrow.
Tune in tomorrow for more from PJ.
Oh god.
Yeah. No. No.
Watch
But
the first one. I'm
seriously,
done.
yeah. Seriously, Starfleet
PJ's
Boy.
5-second review.
But if you actually do watch Smallville, you got to watch my reviews after you watch the episodes.
Deal.
I need more traffic on my channel.
By the way,
Sorry.
Geek and Review released a review today. Did you fix it? The thing?
Not yet. I'm not. I'll get on it. Don't worry.
Go check it out on Geek and Review's channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Smallville looks more interesting to me than it did when it was airing. I had no idea. This was just...
Hold on, let me
Well,
see this.
there's the drama of Alison Mack and that whole cult she was involved with as well.
Oh my god, yeah.
Wait, who?
The sex cult.
Google
Chloe
Google
Sullivan.
it all night. We'll go down a hole of it, but Google it.
Isn't
Yeah.
it, what-
Yeah,
Isn't there a documentary series called The Vow about that?
yeah, wasn't that
Yes,
called like the
yeah.
Nexus cult or something?
Nexus.
Nexium, I think it was.
Nexus, yeah.
And
Nexium, yeah, Nexium, not Nexus.
Nexium,
Mhm.
yeah. Actually, the guy
Yeah.
who played Luther on Smallville, Michael Rosenbaum, has a really cool podcast called Inside of You. I don't
Yeah,
know,
that's
Yeah.
a really good show.
but it's a really good show, really interesting podcast. He interviews a lot of people from that kind of world,
Yeah.
like Charisma Carpenter from Buffy and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Actually-
so Alison Mack played a character on Smallville who was like Clark Kent's friend, and she eventually got wrapped up in a sex cult where she became like the third in command or second in command
Oh, wow.
of like this sex cult that was,
They
I
were
think,
branding people. Well,
yeah, they were branding people. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I met her at a con.
Ooh.
she didn't try and
Years
recruit
ago.
you.
Tried to recruit
No, I
you.
mean, I wish I could have used a better job at the time. So maybe,
And I believe that she, at this very moment, is still on house arrest.
Starfleet, I
Yeah.
sent you the picture.
And the
Oh,
interesting,
Text.
thing
cool.
about her, for any of you on the stream right now who are BSG fans, she's married to one of the main characters from BSG.
Yeah, she is.
I don't know which one, but
It was the character was called Callie,
yeah.
the young female with the fringe.
No way! Really?
No, yes, yeah. So
Okay.
Alison Mack is now apparently out of that cult, but I think the actress is called Nikki Clyde or Klein. She's still in it apparently.
Oh, that's awful.
fascinating.
That's really awful. Yeah, but I when I started my reviews on my channel, I thought about addressing that off the top. I was like, no, you know what? I'm here to review the show. I'm not going to even touch that. So I didn't. So I haven't touched that with a 10-foot pole since I started. So
With a 4-foot branding iron.
Yeah, with a whole
yeah, I'm not.
8
Yeah,
foot
I'm not
cattle
going
prod.
to do that.
The cattle prod.
But you
this
see
is
the
really-
General Lee style car behind
Yeah,
him?
100%. That's
Starfleet.
what's happening here. Yeah, it's insane. Oh wow! So there's the
Yeah, it's
Dukes
a
of
charger.
Hazzard reunion on Smallville. That's insane.
That's insane.
That's
It was
really
insane.
cool. That's very meta. That would be like if what would be that would be like if there was a A-Team reunion on TNG. Like like if Barkley liked to pretend he was Mad Dog
Oh,
Murdoch
that would be so good.
on in the holodeck, and
Be
like
so good.
they had
That would
Mr.
be
T.
so good.
It would have been so good. It would have been really good. Edda Mames, Blue says, I hated what happened to Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Oh, I think Edda Mames is not there right now, Blue.
I think
Oh,
so.
I'm the
Yeah.
only one. I'm the only one who loved the ending of Game of Thrones because I stopped watching in season 6 and then just created my own ending. I thought it was amazing.
that's really funny.
Now, you want me to shock the panel again right now? I am.
Hot take.
I'm not the biggest fan of Game of Thrones. Actually, I did finish it, but I'm not like a uber fan. Plus, I'm not I don't even remember what happened in the final season because I just didn't care that much. So, yeah. Sorry.
Wait. I totally missed it. What'd you say?
I am not the biggest fan of Game of Thrones, even though that I did watch the whole thing.
Oh.
But I can't even remember what happened in the final season.
I don't think about Game of Thrones anymore. That's
Yeah,
the sad part. But Blue says, but seriously, what if Edge
Welcome
is Cal's
to the
brother?
dark
Yeah,
side,
yeah. So
Starfleet boy.
Geekrin Review says that it is probably Zod, which I agree with. It's probably Zod. That's a good theory. PJ, do you have any ideas?
I
It's
think
not
that's
there.
his real brother. I don't think that's odd at all.
Do you think that, well, like a twin or an older brother that was sent first to Earth? Hey,
Clone.
welcome back, Yolanda.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm getting a phone call. I'm gonna have to let you guys go.
Oh,
But yeah,
come on again anytime. But you
I
got to
know,
watch all
I
these
know.
shows. You got to catch up.
Sorry, it's just my job. It just keeps me going, and
It's
I'm dealing
just
with a
my
lot of
job
politics
5
right now.
days a
So,
week. A
so
rocket
have a
man.
good
Right,
night, guys.
drugs from South
Enjoying the
America.
Good
show. Try to
night.
join you next week.
We love
And you know
you.
what, Sohail? Send me
Yes.
a cheat sheet so at least I know what you're
Oh,
talking about and
Send
I
her
can
some
join in.
cheesecake.
that's a good idea. I will send you a cheat
No
sheet.
cheesecake, please.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for
Good night,
coming on.
boys. Have
Oh,
a
did
good
you see
evening.
this comment from real quick? Blue had a comment for you. Etta, I hate
Yes,
what.
and I agree
Yes.
with that. And absolutely, it just sucks. But life is what it is, and money is what it is, and
Oh, there you go. She said it.
so it's all about the Benjamins.
Plug your
No.
plug your podcast and the latest episode before you go.
Oh, we just did an episode which will totally bore you, but we hit 500 downloads for
Yay!
a
What?
small local show. It's
congratulations.
pretty good.
Wow, that's huge. That's more than Starfleet Boy the podcast gets.
Okay, and our statistics say that we're listened to from Oceania all the way to Alaska. So basically all over the world. I couldn't
Oh
believe
shit!
that.
Can we advertise on your show? I need to get on that to get dentists on the to listen to me, please.
Hey, you know what? If I find a group of dentists that are into what you all talk about, definitely.
No. We'll just pay for ads. We'll let them find us. You don't have to do any hard work. Just put an ad on your show. Well, I'll talk to you offline. We'll talk offline about it. Yeah. The other thing is, dentists are known to fund films. And they have so much disposable income that they fund films and art projects all the time. So dentists are an amazing group of people that help artists out. So yeah,
He's already buttering him up.
Actually, we've been approached before to fund films. So
yeah, dentists. There's a lot of dentists that have funded a lot of independent films. I don't know of any famous ones at the moment, but I think there are. So
yeah, well, they can be a little bit odd. Yeah.
George Lucas was a dentist before he made THX 1138.
And Spielberg was his hygienist.
All right, Steve Martin's portrayal of the dentist. That's the only famous one I know.
All right. Well, thank you, Etta Mames, for coming on. We really appreciate you.
All right, and again, seriously, send me a cheat sheet. Otherwise,
I
I'm
will,
just sitting here like I have no idea. Okay.
I promise. No, it was great to have you. Bye.
Bye, loves. Bye.
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 Oh, I
love how you blew her.
Yeah.
You
I
blew
blew
her phone tag.
You love how I blew her?
Her thumbstick up. That's like.
Oh my.
Speaking of sponsorship, I actually was in conversation with the organization this week to get sponsorships, but they actually turned me down at the end of the week, so that didn't help.
Yeah. Someone sponsor Marcello.
Yeah, I gotta get some sponsors because I'm like, yeah. No, but actually, my both of my podcasts have over 400 or something like that. I don't even know exactly my numbers. So
downloads per episode.
Yeah,
DJ's Kubrick like.
No, my all-time numbers, not downloads per episodes. I'm not that popular yet.
No, she was talking. They get 500 per freaking episode. I think that's what
okay.
I'll check out her analytics before I advertise. But
no, but for me, I was talking about.
Let me check out your analytics.
For me,
I like
for me, I was talking about all time. I wasn't talking about per episode. If that was my numbers per episode, I definitely would be happier. But whatever.
It will be one day. Just keep working. That's what they told me. That's the recipe. You just got to keep doing this.
Right. No, I mean,
Speaking of which,
yeah.
I got to get a refill. So this time, PJ's in charge. Make it show.
Okay, this is how it's going to be, boys. You go first, and then you, and then you.
What's the plan, boss?
I don't know. I'm making it up as I go along.
Quit laughing. You're going to laugh yourselves to death.
What do you guys think of the Indiana Jones leaked photos that are coming out?
Well, there's definitely
I
some
don't get when-
flashback stuff.
Yeah, it's got to be a prequel. I don't get when it's set because the last one was the 50s and this one is pictures of Nazis, so it has to be between the late 30s to the mid 40s. So I just don't understand it.
I think that those photos with the Nazis that just came out, I think that that's actually going to be a flashback scene. I think that this adventure of Indiana Jones is going to be set in the 70s. Personally,
In a in an old folks' home with Indiana Jones high on some sort of morphine, and he's having flashing back to all his adventures.
Someone just killed
And
me
it-
already.
and it's just a younger actor playing him. Isn't what I forget her name, but from Fleabag, I forget the actress' name.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
She's in it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And speaking of Phoebe Waller-Bridge, she actually wrote No Time to Die for MGM and Eon. On
I think she script doctored it. I don't think she wrote the entire thing.
all right, well, script doctored it. Yeah. Well,
Nice.
Staying on the same Indiana Jones train, what did y'all think about? I'm probably gonna get shot for this, but what did y'all think about the Crystal Skull?
I hope the new movie's a direct sequel to it.
You don't like that loose thread of giant aliens from another dimension hanging around.
My favorite thing when I watched Crystal Skull in the theaters was the 10-year-old kid in the row behind me talking through the whole movie.
Really?
And I was
You
just
think
like, yeah, kid, you're way more interesting than this movie, kid.
Okay. No,
I think
for
it was the most realistic one out of all of them.
okay. Geek and
No.
Review. What about you?
No.
What, the Crystal Skull?
Yeah.
I hated
Cracking
it. I think they
Crystal
should just
Skull.
leave it. They should have left it with the 3 films that they done, or bring another actor back to do it. Bring a different actor to do it because he's just too old, and they're trying to drain the nostalgia from us. That's all it is. It's a nostalgia trip.
That's an example of Spielberg when he loses his touch and he's not quite as good as he should be. And he's just like the animated gophers and the fridge scene with the nuclear bomb and
the monkeys,
just like
on the
Shia
vine.
LaBeouf and the whole swinging with the monkey scene and the jungle scene all together. The way that looks fucking terrible. Nothing looks real in it. It looks like everything looks like green screen. It just looks like crap. But I think James Mangold is directing this one. I think it has the best chance with him because he did Logan and he did that well.
And Ford v Ferrari too.
Yeah,
That was quite good, yeah.
which is also a very good movie. Yeah. So he's like, I have faith that this is not going to be anything like Crystal Skull.
Do you think that they're going to introduce Indiana Jones' replacement in this film, or do you think that they're going to let Indy sort of have one last adventure and then years down the road somehow, introduce another person to carry on the Indiana Jones legacy, so to speak?
I think this will be the last. He's going to lose his eye to keep continuity with the Indiana Jones series.
Okay.
And that's it. And then later down the line, they're going to completely reboot it from the start with another. But I don't see why. I mean, it's one of these things that when it's said and done, I think it's going to be left alone for a good few years, a decade at least.
I think it all depends on how much money it makes.
Do you
What
think
would they do without Harrison Ford? I mean,
Who cares?
Get
They'll
Chris
try. They'll try and they'll make
they'll
enough
try.
money.
Yeah.
They'll make enough
try-
money, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
from the people who are curious to see how it is.
It's like when MGM said, "What we need a horror movie. Let's just milk Child's Play because we own the rights to the first one."
do you guys think that the general public really still gives a shit about Indiana Jones?
I mean, I
Depends
think
how old you are, I think. So,
I don't know about specifically Indiana Jones. I think you could, like, for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Mummy series, but I was a fan of doing something with that idea, something new with that idea, rather than fucking dragging Harrison Ford's dead corpse into another movie. To do what? I don't know, because what are they going to do? The Taken thing, where they're going to have 60 cuts for him climbing a fence because he can't actually, you know what I mean? Like, so my opinion is I think they'll probably, I don't know if they'll try to introduce a replacement in this movie because that went so badly in Crystal Skull that I think you're right. They're just going to give him an ending, wait 5 years, and then just reboot the whole thing with a young actor playing Indiana Jones, like Tom Holland type of guy. You know, obviously he'll be too old for that by then, and he's doing whatchamacallit,
Uncharted.
Uncharted. So if that's a hit, he's got another series on his hands.
Mm-hmm. No, I just I mean, I'm gonna be the guy.
I think Chaka, you're on mute.
Is he?
I was gonna say the ending that they are gonna give him is not gonna raise the stakes any either, and that's what I hate about those kind of movies too. Is when they just end the character on a retirement or he goes back to teaching, and then that's it. And it's like, no, man, you know, don't end it like that.
So how would you do it?
Oh, like they did in Star Wars, just kill him off.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
All right.
But
I mean, it doesn't work for Indiana Jones, but
I'm with PJ.
Well,
you got to stick with the continuity of the series. The series almost nobody watched.
Harrison
but I loved
Ford
it.
is actually in one episode of that show, right?
Yeah. The Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Yeah,
I believe he's in that.
So it's they say it's continuity, but I remember when Crystal Skull came out. Some people thought he would lose his eye in that movie because they thought that was the last one, and it didn't happen. I don't know if they would keep that continuity or they would actually just kill him off at the end or what. I don't know if they have the balls to do that. Or
Harrison Ford seems like he's on a death wish for his character, so you never know. Indy might actually die. He was all about kill off.
I don't think it should work in Indiana Jones. It worked in Star Wars really well, but in Indiana Jones, I think what you guys are saying is true. He should lose his eye. There should be some kind of raised stakes in Indiana Jones, and not just have him retire or fade away into something and have text explain what happened to him at the end of the movie. Like
the Nazis need to
big.
get some device that makes a giant sky beam. And then Indy's gonna have to find a device that leads to another device that leads to another device that stops the sky beam.
It sucks to me because
it would be like a wayfinder leads to a pathfinder leads to
and he has to dig up Luke's lightsaber on Tatooine because he's an archaeologist and he's the only one who could do it. Anyway,
Mango does give me hope though because
they put R2 and 3PO in Indiana, so yeah, why not?
Starfleet Boy says nothing is. Starfleet Boy says nothing is sacred. They're going to reboot Indiana Jones.
Oh, for sure.
You're talking about yourself in the third person now. Look at this.
No, he's in the freaking. He was in the chat for some reason.
Like I don't know if they do this, but like, what if like during this movie he does have a flashback sequence to his younger self with another actor?
I would love.
And then whoop. You just, hey, we're going to do another movie with younger Indiana Jones. And do kind of like what they want to do with Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Also, it's a shame that River Phoenix died because he was such a good, like, Indiana Jones. Like, he could have done movies in that set in that era, too.
I would love to see a flashback, and then he gets killed in the flashback.
I'm going to say something.
Indy in the present telling a story of how he died 10 years before. It's like, wait a minute.
Wait a
right. I'm dead. Doom, Indiana Jones 2. The Conjuring.
Wow.
That's it. That's perfect. Perfect.
It's like, whoa, they took this in a whole weird direction.
As far as I'm concerned, Indiana Jones was like a perfect set of films at once Last Crusade came out. Like those three films are just like a nice, neat, wonderful.
It was, man.
Like no, I think it's okay.
Crusade was amazing.
As an audience member or as a viewer, it's okay for you to like not accept other movies or whatever. Like it's official as far as like Disney or whoever owns it now is concerned. But you yourself can say like, oh, I don't watch any of the other, or I don't, like any of the other. I don't have to own them. I don't have to make them a part of the, the continuity or whatever. That being said, I don't know how you're going to. I have no idea what this movie's going to be. Like the new
I think
one.
the Nazis will be doing some bad stuff, but that's it.
Those are probably. I agree with whoever said that those are probably flashbacks.
It breaks my heart too, man, because I loved Cate Blanchett's performance in Crystal Skull. Like she disappeared, and she was that character. Like it was a really good performance was wasted. It was wasted on a bad movie.
I can't even
I think-
remember
What
what
do
the
you-
Crystal Skull is about, and I've seen it like 3 times.
It's
What
about
do you
aliens,
guys?
dude.
I know.
What do you guys think went wrong in that movie? What do you think they
Green
fucked up?
screen.
Yeah, too much
much of it.
CGI.
Yeah.
They
Too
didn't
much
go
of it.
to Egypt or they didn't go to Dubai or wherever it was. They just done it in Hollywood or
No.
Toronto or
No, like in my opinion, I think that I don't hate that movie as much as you guys do, but the one thing that always bothers me is that movie looks too clean to me.
The part
Yeah.
that I didn't like about it was I thought that the character of his son, I liked the idea, like all the little ideas of it were really good, but like the way it was executed, I just didn't. I guess I just didn't like the way Shia LaBeouf played Indy's son. Like I think I imagined a different.
More respectful.
Yeah, I just imagined a different vibe from the character, like
Okay.
than what was he, like a motorcycle guy, like a
Yeah, enthusiast.
He was a greaser.
He was a
Yeah,
greaser.
greaser.
Thank you. That's what I was,
Greaser.
the word I
Yeah.
was looking for. I just had a different vibe in mind. So and greaser characters are like, other than John Travolta in Grease
What?
Fonzie.
Talking about.
and Fonzie,
Fonz.
don't often appeal to me. And so yeah, Shia LaBeouf's greaser character didn't really appeal to me.
Just do it.
He's invested. He put a lot into that.
I mean, it doesn't help that Shia LaBeouf has like all this controversy around him, but just the performance is all right. It's just the character didn't interest me, and I just like was disappointed. So I checked out. Like
everything
tuned,
about his character is just awful. It
Yeah.
ruins the
Talking about
movie.
so I
It makes
what's
it
that?
much worse.
We're
than it
talking
needs to
about
be.
Mutt from Indiana Jones 4.
what's
Mutt,
his
yeah.
what is
Mutt.
his name?
I
Mutt.
think his name is Mutt Lang.
See, I even
Yeah.
forgot. Look.
Mutt.
It's so unmemorable. Like Mutt
Mutt-
Mutt
was
Jones,
Mutt.
Mutt
Oh my
Langford.
God.
Mutt Langford.
Langford.
There you go.
Right.
I remember good parts of it. Like
Oh.
there's a funny snake scene when he has to grab onto the snake.
I can't
Mutt.
grab onto the snake. Call it a rope. Grab the rope. Sorry. I've seen that movie way more times than the panel has, but sorry.
But it's
There's a chase scene. The very first time he meets his son, there is a chase scene on a bike that is pretty good. But that's the only practical looking chase, I think, in the entire movie. Everything
yeah, all
else
the
is just
original
like-
Indiana Jones
Yeah,
had great jumping
Everything,
between cars and tanks and stuff. Fantastic,
Yeah.
and it was all
And
really
how they're-
done.
And how they're driving through the jungle on apparently like completely flat jungle ground that's clear. For them to, and the thing is tearing down the jungle, but like still, it doesn't make any sense visually. It just looks like a video game world the whole way through.
Yeah, no, the one thing that I will say about the fridge scene, that I like when he comes out of the fridge and he stands up and you see Indiana Jones. You know, you see Indiana Jones here, and then you see the big explosion of the nuclear bomb. I was like, that's a cool shot, but it's ridiculous.
That
But
scene
it's a cool
that
shot.
scene is brilliant when he's there and he's looking around, and when he goes into the fridge, then it stops being brilliant because the movie doesn't end and say like, that's it, he's dead now. But the thing goes off and somehow he survives. That's where it's like, oh, I see what it is. I see what this is. Like
Indiana
don't
Jones
care.
has always
they
had
don't care
kind
about
of,
realism in the least.
Indiana Jones has always had kind of like what people refer to as like cartoon Nazis, like that's one thing when Steven Spielberg made Schindler's List. He said he critiqued Indiana Jones, like his own work. He's like, if I redid Indiana Jones, I wouldn't have made the Nazis as cartoony as I did. Like, you know, that was one of the things.
Mel Brooks cartoon. Mel Brooks Nazis.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, as a kid, I thought the Nazis were scary as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, so I think for like that audience, it works. When you're an adult, you do see like, oh yeah, like they're portrayed a little bit too clowny, and could have been a little bit more serious perhaps. But yeah, like I kind of agree with Blue. Just wrote something which is it felt like they didn't give the film the reverence that it deserved. What you guys were talking about, like not filming on location, like relying too heavily on CGI and not realizing that it didn't look great, you know what I mean? Like, and then on top of that, like, you know, just the this like deconstructive thing that films love to do, and like, you know, kind of break a hero down so that they're not as great as they were. So like, you know, with like Indiana Jones' poor choices and bad fatherhood, you know, and so, like all that stuff. So
I'd like to know the behind the scenes of how that movie came together, because to me, I don't think Spielberg was interested in doing it, but somehow he ended up doing it.
Yeah.
So for what? Same with like how I feel with Ready Player One.
I think
I think he did Ready Player One just so he could do something else.
I disagree with the Ready Player
No,
One.
I-
love
Player
it.
One is
Yeah,
a decent
no,
movie, man.
Yeah, I agree with Starfleet Boy.
No, I love Ready Player One. I adore that movie.
I'm not saying anything about the quality of the movie, but
Okay, yeah.
I think Spielberg only directed the live action parts and left the rest of the movie to someone else.
That's a
Interesting.
really cool. Well, okay, going on that theory, who do you think? If that theory actually
Columbo over
happened-
here.
One more thing. One more thing.
Oh
I'm
wow,
just
that's
gonna-
good.
I should just let Starfleet Boy make it show, because I need to.
No, what do you do? What are you talking about? You were asking
Okay,
a
okay.
good question.
Yeah, give him a taste
okay.
of his own medicine. Yeah.
Yeah, you could though. If you need to go to the bathroom, you can go to the bathroom.
No,
It's fine.
no, it's fine.
You're not a prisoner on
Um,
Starfleet Boy.
You've got to put your hand up first, though.
Yeah, it's true.
No. Going off that philosophy, Ruben, that Spielberg only directed the action scenes in Ready Player One. Who directed all the other scenes in your mind?
Ghost Rider.
Or no, I don't know, some
No.
sort of the animation director. I don't know. I didn't
yeah.
look at the credits, but if you know Spielberg's style,
Mhm.
none of it's in the animated parts. None of it.
I
Okay.
disagree
I just-
respectfully.
I don't
Apparently,
know
that's
about
what
that. I think-
Marvel do, though. Like they
I
just
do
say
think-
to the directors.
I do think
He
he
would oversee
probably
the
directed the
animatics
actors
and stuff like that, right?
I do
and
think
say,
he
"Oh, that
directed
looks
the
good."
voice performances. Like that part's there. I do think that like this he may have like delegated the visual task part of it, but like I thought the voice acting part of it was still very Spielberg.
He directed craft services. There you go.
And if you ask
Chicken
me,
or fish? Chicken or fish?
But
Why
I do think if Spielberg if it comes across that way, let's say Spielberg did actually was fully hands on, but I do agree that it comes across that way. It's always because it's when I think that it's too new for him. I would say that this would be an area where maybe Spielberg did have to delegate or hand it off. I don't know. I would love to know. I don't know the behind the scenes, but yeah, you're right. There's something about the animated bits that's different from like that's kind of like I could see that opinion being true.
Yeah, if
To
you really
me-
want to know what happened to Indiana Jones, you should watch that episode of South Park because they
That's
sum
the
it
thing.
up really nicely.
Here's
wow,
what
that
it
was
is.
violence.
Like going back to Indiana Jones, like how could you look at that jungle scene and not realize, oh, this looks like not real. Like this doesn't fit like
It's
what we're
called
trying
cocaine.
None of them had their glasses on that day.
It's called
couldn't
mushrooms on set.
to. Wow, Shaka is like real over here.
This is great.
It's like- wow.
I'm
Okay.
so high right
Okay,
now.
so then.
well,
But
the
also,
reality is too, though, that there are deadlines. So at a
Sometimes
certain
you have to
point,
just
at
be
a
like,
certain, at a
make it
certain point,
show.
you got to say MVP, most
I know Father's
viable,
not-
most viable product.
Father's not here, but does that mean that George Lucas has the right idea that you should be able to go back and like revise your films and make them better? Like should someone
Let them
go?
be what they are because of the time and the moment.
Yes.
So you're like a
Exactly.
time
You know what I
capsule.
mean?
You want that.
Exactly.
You only want you. But that's what I'm saying is like, what if you could make it better? Like, what if you could fix Indiana Jones with a little editing?
What Crystal Skull?
Crystal Skull with a
No.
little editing
Vatican in there.
and with like really good special
It's
effects.
a
What if
lost
you could do
cause,
that?
man.
No, I know, but at some point, even if Spielberg and Lucas were to go in and try to actually do a special edition of the Crystal Skull, I think that they would reach a point to where instead of making it better, they would make it worse.
Who would
Because
buy
I-
it anyway?
They would add
Yeah,
like TIE fighters and stuff.
Jabba,
They would turn everybody's
Yeah.
guns
Bangawa.
into walkie-talkies.
Indiana Jones stepping on Jabba's tail.
No, I mean the unbelievable thing to me is that Spielberg let George Lucas screw with ET. I'll never forgive him for that. I'm like,
Wait,
really?
what happened? George Lucas interfered with ET?
Was that the
I thought it was
guns
Steven
thing?
Spielberg.
Yeah. He let. I don't know if it was Spielberg's idea or if it was George's idea, but he let. Somebody thought it would be a good idea to remove the guns from the cops.
I thought that
And
was
then-
his idea.
That was Spielberg. Yeah.
Oh God, that was his idea.
Yeah, I
That
thought
was an
so.
awful
Yeah,
idea.
he said he regretted it later.
Oh God. So awful.
What if you let Kevin Smith redo Indiana Jones? I'm down for that. And also, I knew you were going to say this. Show the He-Man trailer. I can't show the He-Man trailer. I'll get banned.
Kevin Smith wouldn't do.
No.
He's said numerous times that
He's
if he
too
was
humble.
offered anything big, he
Yeah.
would be like, "No, this is too big for me."
Yeah, he's too humble about it.
I didn't know
He's
that.
very humble about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what
Yeah.
makes. Yeah.
He knows his strengths. He's a writer, particularly a dialogue writer. He's not a.
An action movie.
He
Yeah,
even
he's-
admits when he goes on the CW shows and directs like The Flash or Supergirl that it's basically you're not in charge as a director
Right.
like you would be a movie. You're there for their agenda, and the DP is pretty much the one who dictates to you what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and he gets to like direct the actors and the tone and stuff
Which
like
is
that.
his
But
specialty.
other than that, it's like
And
you don't
geek
mess
out
with
around him.
anything. You can't touch nothing.
Yeah.
Look at Clerks. Clerks is all writing and acting.
Yeah,
The directing visual part of it is very minimal.
Yeah.
No, the other things that he says about those CW shows that I love so much, well, most of them, he says that they're well-oiled machines. So, he doesn't even have to do that much, just listen to the DP and say, do this.
Going
Yeah,
back to
in TV, a director is not really as vital. The showrunner and the DP.
The showrunners are the kings of TV.
my text message audience just sent me a question going back to Superman and Lois. Let me pull this up again. Hold on. They want to know what we thought of General Lane in the latest episode.
Loved him. I think he's one of the best characters on the show because we've seen him. I think he was in Smallville and he was played by Michael Ironside, but I like how he's a patriot.
What? Michael Ironside was also in Smallville, and he
Yes,
played
One
General
episode.
Lane?
I'm sure it was one episode.
I
when
need
they
to go.
introduced
I'm
Lois.
gonna go make it show. I'm gonna go watch Smallville right now. What?
Yes.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, but I like how he's a patriot, but he's coming round to the idea that he's also a family man, and he's maybe trying to make up these mistakes that he's done with Lois and her sister, with his grandkids. But also like how he's sort of holding all the bullets, the kryptonite bullets, if you will,
Yeah.
towards Superman. He's like, okay, he won't do it, but if he does do it, this is how we're going to deal with him.
He's a great character because they could very easily make him some kind of like cheap heel. That like, okay, yes, he is, Lois' father and everything, but he could be like a kind of villain. And it's like they don't go that far with him. They make you question him. Like, you question his motives, but you don't distrust him because a couple of times when Lois, I think it was last episode or episode before, she like really confronts him and puts him in his place. And the girl who plays Lois, her name escapes me, but she's fucking awesome. She's getting better and better as the show goes on. And yeah, all the characters are great. Like that whole family, like the General, Clark. Lois
I
and
love the
kids.
scene when Jonathan
all that circle of people. They're in this
Awesome.
like trust circle that only they know certain things about what's going on. And like I like how Clark has a relationship with the General that's not combative. There is a bit of conflict.
It's
but
business.
It's mature. Yeah.
It is such a good relation. The whole family dynamic is it's actually a great way if you feel like you have a dysfunctional family and you want to escape from
It's the
it.
best
just go
superhero
watch.
soap opera I've seen yet.
It's true.
I think
I love the
good.
scene as well where the general was trying to always get the sons mixed up, but it's a non-superpowered one, Jonathan, I think, on side. And Jonathan says, yeah, I'm never going to be like you. I get what you're trying to do, but it's not happening here, mate.
Yeah. It's sad too. This episode made me wonder, had Jonathan Kent lived, how interesting would it be to see an alternate universe where Jonathan Kent and the General were going head to head against each other in in some ways, because and the son, the grandson Jonathan, ironically gives off that energy when he said to his grandfather, I'm not a coward like you. I was like, holy shit, that's because other than that, he's been super respectful towards his grandfather and stuff like that. And I grew up in a very chain of command type of family. You'd never talk to your grandfather that way.
Well,
so it was interesting to see that.
Yeah, so he's talking to his grandfather, but he's also talking to a United States general. That's pretty bigger than your grandfather.
Yeah,
maybe, I think.
Yeah, it's true. It's also badass. Yeah, it's true. Good point. Anyways, that's what we thought, text message audience. Also, a shout out to Mike Malloy, who everyone should go check out his YouTube. And let me just pull that up here. Hold on.
James Marsters was Brainiac in Smallville also? Starfleet Boy?
James Marsden?
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah.
I am dying.
Marsters.
How is
Spike.
the Smallville was like...
Don't watch the show.
Spike from Buffy.
Wow.
Yeah, Spike from Buffy.
Not
He
James
was
Marsden.
Who's the
James
showrunner and creator of Smallville?
It was two guys.
Miles
Drew
Miller
Goddard.
and oh my
PJ
god,
said it. What was it, PJ?
No, it's not Drew Goddard. Miles Miller and
Goddard.
it's not Drew Goddard. It's Miles Miller and God damn it.
Autobots roll out.
Miles Miller.
Alfred Goff and Miles Miller.
Thank
While you
you.
remem-
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
who?
you. Alfred Goff and Miles Miller.
By the way, everyone go to Mike Malloy, Mike Malloy, and please give him a subscribe. It would help out Starfleet Boy After Dark and Starfleet Boy. He's an actor. He's cool. We're gonna try to get him on the show. All right. Yeah.
To the cube.
Give that, and also go check out.
Give him a rub.
Go check out everything. Well, go check out everything these guys do, because you guys get shout outs every week, but this guy gets a shout out one time. One time shout out, Mike Malloy. All right, that was it.
One time only.
One time.
Gotta get your
only.
loyalty card stamped.
All right, cool. So yeah, so is that making you, Ruben and Chaka, want to watch Superman and Lois at all? Any of this intriguing?
I didn't hear any of it.
No? How could you not be interested? That was such a good, I thought that was juicy stuff we were talking about.
I still
It was
think
really
the
good.
name alone is horrible. Superman
What,
and
Superman
Lois.
and Lois? Why? Why is
so
that horrible?
bland. So bland.
What
You
would
can't just call it
They
Superman, though. That's the problem.
It's
if you
just
Superman
in
has
your
to be a suffix
face,
or a prefix.
obvious.
what would you call it?
Down Lois Lane.
That's a really great. That's
I would call it, I don't know, like SNL. How about that?
Oh my god, it is SNL. It's
I wouldn't
Superman
mind
and
seeing
SNL.
Tyler Hecklin host
I would call it
SNL.
SNL.
He should. Yeah,
I think he's got that status now where he could host.
he should host.
And I used to call him Hoklin for the longest time.
It's Hecklin.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've been calling him Hoklin
And
this whole time.
I didn't like him in Supergirl. I thought Superman and Supergirl sucked. And
I
then
think
all of
the
a
suit
sudden the
looks better,
show's
though.
it's not even the same thing. It's a completely different vibe.
I think I think the success behind Superman and Lois is all about the showrunner. Because PJ is right. When Tyler Hoechlin, as much as I love Supergirl, when Tyler Hoechlin was introduced in Supergirl, he was made to be something of a jobber in that.
Yeah, and he was so milquetoast and just disgustingly nice. It was not good.
Milk
Yeah.
toast. I've never heard that. That's cool.
Milk toast.
No, I mean, he was just
Canadian.
different. He was just different. He wasn't necessarily better, but he was just like, I don't know.
And he's a
something-
great
Canadian
Clark
milquetoast.
because he's nerdy
I
and he's
just
kind of
laughed.
annoying and he's like, he's when the Harvest Fest episode came up and he was like really excited and stuff.
Yeah.
His sons were like, "Okay, Dad, yeah, Harvest Fest, sure."
We just got another question from the text message audience that says, "What do you guys think of Jeff Bezos going to outer space?"
If billionaires are leaving the
Random.
planet, then it's a good
Yeah.
indication of what's going to happen.
Is it a one-way trip?
Do you know he was in Star Trek Beyond?
He was. I just
No,
found that
really?
out. Yeah.
Who was he?
He has one line. He's the alien that's working at the universal translator thing on
Let
the
me pull
alien.
him up. Let me hold on.
Okay.
And he
He
says,
was in a
"Speak
hollow
slowly"
suite.
or something. And then he walks
you
away.
know when it comes to Jeff Bezos, I really don't have much of an opinion on the guy, but I do think that if any company is going to land us on Mars one day, which is what I hope for, I think it's going to be SpaceX. But that's just me, you know.
By
Also,
us, do you mean like you'll have a chance to be like live the rest of your days on Mars if you chose to?
No. I mean,
We're all too old for that.
I know. I mean, look.
Yeah.
I mean, the two things that I want to see in my lifetime are us, people finally make it to Mars.
That's Bezos
And-
on the left.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because that
On the right, actually, but yeah.
because that obviously can't be him on the right. You know. Okay, that's him. Okay.
What?
Yeah,
No
he didn't.
way,
He didn't even need makeup.
That's what he looks like when he wakes up in the morning. Before
We
he
just
puts his
CGI the Starfleet uniform on him.
Oh,
That's a real picture.
goodness.
Also, I like Teslas. Sorry.
Can I just say, if I were Jeff Bezos, and this might be why I'll never be on Star Trek, I'd be like, "Why? I'm not gonna wear makeup. You need to show me as me on. I want to.
No.
I've made so much money. I want to be seen as myself on Star Trek. Like
But
people have
maybe
to
he
be
wanted
able
the
to.
experience of like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it this way rather than just be a guy that gets
Good
shot.
point. I would then ask for 2 appearances. I would want the experience as well as.
No, you just asked to be a trill and get it just done now.
Yeah. I would want to have 2 appearances on Star Trek, and I would happily pay for the pleasure of it. So yeah, like, oh, you want your next season funded on the down low? Oh.
No,
But can I backtrack a second to
Sure.
another show? I don't know if anyone's watched it. It was a sort of docudrama called Mars about our first colonization of Mars. So it's set what maybe.
I didn't watch it, but I
It's
Oh,
like a
yes,
fake,
I
it's
did.
like a fake
It was
documentary.
such a
watched
brilliant
that.
idea. So
I watched that.
the first season is humans. You're following the first human mission landing on Mars, and it's set about 20 or 30 years in the future. But you're seeing people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and all these NASA scientists talking in the modern day about what's going to need to happen for this mission to reach there. So it's this weird kind of not time trippy, but time cut kind of show how the people that you know talk about how they're going to solve the problem.
It's
and
a
you see
future
how they
speculation
actually
show
solve
with
it.
actual dramatic recreations.
Yeah, I call it a docudrama. It's very weird.
Yeah.
I thought the first season of the show was particularly it was better than the second season, but I liked it because I like anything having to do with space. Come on, guys! I'm a Star Trek fan, so
yeah.
You know, so so those are the 2 things that I want to see in my lifetime. And if I was ever like a walk-on role in Star Trek, I would love to be put in makeup and be a disabled crew member. Like, just put me on one of the consoles or something.
They had a resurgence of like Mars films I think it was like the start of it in the 90s, wasn't it? With like
Red
Planet
Planet
and Mission to
Mission to Mars
and John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars.
Yeah.
And what was it, Mars?
Actually, the best
Hunter,
Mars movie I've ever seen, I think, is John Carter. That's a really underrated film, and it was marketed terribly.
Yeah,
that's what killed that film.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, PJ. The marketing of John Carter of Mars killed that film because that film is like a modern day Star Wars. I thought that film was just great.
Blue, I agree. I think Woman in Motion is the best documentary this year. Have you guys seen that one? With Nichelle Nichols? I had no idea Nichelle Nichols did all that for the space program. It's insane. It's so cool. She's always been like kind of humble and low key about it. Just like, oh yeah, whatever, like blah blah blah. And she's like totally responsible for the space program, not just being like open to more people, but like just accelerating it in a way. And there were some tragedies in the 80s. I remember the Challenger disaster and stuff like that, but very, very cool. Nichelle Nichols.
Yeah, everyone does that.
Cheers to you. I love you.
I I really I learned so much about Michelle watching that documentary, and it was unbelievable the work that she did with NASA and the fact that she got NASA to even consider women to be astronauts and engineers was fascinating. I mean, I will admit several parts in the documentary, specifically when they started talking about the Challenger explosion, and when they kept focusing the camera on Michelle when she was talking about the female astronaut that she recruited that died in that explosion. I was like bawling my eyes out. It was kind of crazy. I'm an emotional guy, so
Well, and she couldn't handle it either. They had to cut that part of the interview short.
yeah.
Has anybody
But
heard of the Scarlet Pimpernel?
Pimpernel, yeah, of course. Like the
And
originals?
Yeah, it's by Baroness Orsi. It's a novel from 1905. It's basically
Yeah.
the origin of like Zorro and Batman and all this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Highwaymen and stuff. I remember vaguely getting taught it in school when I was younger.
I've never heard of that.
It's about a rich person with a dual identity.
I think they
kind of
should
Robin
re-
Hood.
It's the basis
Kinda
for
like
Zorro
Robin Hood,
and-
yeah. I think they should redo it and call it the Scarlet Pimp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just saying.
Starfleet, everyone. I
Or
am
just to give
throwing
Scarlett
in the
Johansson a
towel.
award.
Alright.
I'm throwing in the
Shaka Khan.
towel. It
Nice to
is.
see you again.
It is starting to catch up to me. So
Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
I took a little too much of these, and I'm feeling it.
My mother takes melatonin.
I'm
as
feeling
well.
groovy right now, so I'm gonna hit the sack.
Nice to see you.
Have a
Our
good
bodies-
night.
See you, man. Take care.
Good night,
See y'all
Chaka.
later,
Thank you.
man. Sorry I couldn't hold on.
Nice
Oh, no.
See ya.
Hold on.
Just one more day.
Can I?
We bored Chaka. That's rare. He usually
Yeah.
he makes it all that we totally. We were talking about Superman Lois. He got bored, and then we were talking about Woman in Motion. He got bored. No,
Starfleet
and look,
Black.
Ruben's nearly gone too. I think
Yeah.
I'm also. It's late. Go on. Sorry.
No, I feel I'm feeling so bad right now. I gotta talk to you after the show. Can I pivot
I'm
the
always
conversation? Yeah, can
What's
I
that?
pivot?
Pivot.
Can I
Pivot!
pivot?
Pivot.
Pivot! Do it, damn it!
Oh my goodness.
I would like to talk about Doctor Who for just a second.
Doctor Who.
For those of you who watch Doctor Who on the panel, can you just like raise your hands or just shout? Okay, good.
Wrong.
So,
I don't. I don't.
okay, so the two of you. So, do you guys think that there are
PJ's gonna
any-
leave next. Anyways.
Well,
go
I've
on.
seen all Doctor Who until the end of Matt Smith's first season.
Okay, so you qualified. Well, you'll just kind of just stay there.
Ish, because I haven't watched it in a long time.
Do you guys think there's any truth to the rumors that were floating around for a while that the BBC is considering of going in another direction with the Doctor and replacing Jodie Whittaker, basically? Because a report came out a while ago that Jodie Whittaker quit. So, do you guys think that has any water in it? Do you think that?
Well,
I think
can I ask
absolutely
how long?
she's absolutely done with this crap from the fans giving her crap. I don't know anything about it. I'm just speculating. And you know what she said? I'm fed up with this mess. I'm gonna quit. And she did just that.
Why did she do it in an Australian accent?
I don't know. Isn't she from New Zealand or wherever that
Oh,
is?
she's from England.
Yeah, she's going
How many seasons has she done of Doctor Who?
2.
with two.
I mean, isn't that? I mean,
That's it.
most
Yeah, the third season.
Yeah, like doctors don't stay on too long.
She'd have a good run
Anyways.
if she did 3 seasons. They all quit at some point. I
Right.
do think PJ's right though. There's been a little bit of a weirdness in the fandom, and then the whole Doctor Who. There's been lots of like whatever scandals. I don't know. I hope. I like Jodie Whittaker. I think she's underserved. I don't like the way that Chris Chibnall.
The
took
writing is what kills her.
Yeah, like kind of, but I think she's fantastic, and I think she would have been. I wanted Helen Mirren to be the first female Doctor, but that was a big
Really?
ask. Yeah, that was who I was
No.
hoping for. 'Cause
They would never get no way.
she
No.
was in a she was in
That would've been
a
awesome,
Red
though.
Nose Day special or something like that, where she actually played the Doctor, and it was amazing. And so I was just like if the first, how
The
great
first
would it have
female
been?
doctor was David Tennant, sir.
No, he wasn't.
I thought Tom Baker was.
No, he was not.
But anyways, I would have liked it to have been Helen Mirren, but when we got Jodie Whittaker, I was pleased with her. I was just not pleased with the way the show. But also, just to be fair, I also think that Moffat went out on a flat tire as well. But I love Peter Capaldi, and I thought he was underserved by Moffat. So the show's been kind of on a decline for me in terms of interest for a while now.
Really, how much can you do in a franchise that's gone on that long?
I know that's the
Except
same
repeat
thing that
yourself
Star
over and
Trek's
over again,
facing.
like The Simpsons.
Star Trek's kind of facing the same thing because you see everyone glorifying the older shows, and they're very poo-poo on the newer shows, and I think that's kind of like something that's happening as
Well,
well.
you gotta let franchises
We are not.
sleep for
We
a
don't-
little
We
while.
don't do that.
Rest.
You gotta let
No,
people
we-
miss it. You gotta let new blood come in and figure out new ways to tell the stories.
And Marcelo, we don't do it, but you can't ignore. There's enough of that sentiment out there that like you have to at least consider it and understand like where it's coming from.
No, I do. I just think that all
That's what someone
generations-
should say to me next time I'm like, Star Trek Picard's the greatest show on the planet. Sorry, he's
No.
going.
Star Trek. Star Trek Picard is awesome. It's not the greatest show on the planet, but it's awesome. Sorry, Ruben.
No, that's okay.
Crap. Okay, so
I mean, you have the bad taste, not me. So you know.
no, you're right. I should just stone myself to death.
I can't wait
love-
till season 2 of Star Trek Picard, because
I
on the
love-
first episode, Ruben's gonna be like, "They redeemed themselves. This is the greatest show I've
Yeah.
ever seen in my life. I
How am
love this
How am I
show."
watching this? How am I watching this Picard show with no Paramount Plus?
I don't know, but you're
Ruben,
gonna see it.
I won't even bootleg it.
Ruben, Picard, Star Trek Picard season 2, new showrunner, the guy who did the 12
Terry
Monkeys.
Metalis.
Yes, the guy who
I just
did,
found that out today. Yeah.
Really?
Hmm?
He did the 12 Monkeys TV show.
That was good for
yeah.
a couple of seasons, and then it went a bit iffy.
What's
No,
fascinating about this new Picard story is that all indications point to the fact that it may be a 2-season story arc, considering they're filming both seasons simultaneously.
That is fascinating.
And John Delancey's been around a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know where he fits in all of it, but he's going to be either peppered through episodes throughout, or just like in a particular section of.
What if Q were a regular? What if he's in like every episode?
I would love that because
Well, I think I shared my theory on what was going on a while ago, didn't I? I think I done it in one of these chats
Can you-
about.
Can you?
Hmm?
Oh,
You muted yourself.
Can you remind us? Sorry.
So I've written the script, but I've not done the video for this yet. But I was doing theories about what the time travel element might be, and instead of trying to think about what the most fantastical thing I could come up with was, I thought I'll look at the facts. So I looked at all the time travel episodes that they'd done in Star Trek, apart from the original series, because Q wasn't in that. And obviously you've got, the Voyager 2-parter when they went back to 96. You've got the Enterprise one when they went back to, I think it was 2003. And you've got the Deep Space Nine 2-parter when they went back to, I think it was the late 90s or the early 2000s as well, with the Sanctuary districts and all that. But
Yeah, like 20.
I said this, I think I have said this before, is we're forgetting one thing. The Next Generation done time travel, but they went back to the 19th century in San Francisco. And Guinan was there. And she lives for like 1,000 years. So
Yeah, I remember this.
1890 to whenever Picard's going to be set, say anywhere between 1990 and 2030. If you live 1,000 years, that isn't a long time to hang about. So I think they're going back for Guinan at some point between the 80s and now. That's my theory.
to
How
back.
would you explain
yeah.
our age difference? Would you do digital de-aging or?
Just
Oh
a
yeah,
big,
you'd have to look.
massive
You'd
hat.
have to make her look
Just
like.
a cat.
You'd have to make her look like. Oh, you'd have to
They
make
would
her
have to
look like.
explain why Q looks the way he does too.
Yeah.
Have some mention of why.
But you could just appear as a voice, or they could de-age him. When you originally see Q, he was just a headless voice.
That would be hard to do. Well, the de-aging would be hard to do.
Well,
If he's,
Guinan exists both in the Nexus and in
True.
real life. Which
No,
is
I mean,
interesting.
you know, the thing about Guinan and Q, you know, to me, I could just explain that away by saying they're gods. So, you know, that's just like the easiest way that I
No,
could
but
find.
if you're
explain.
gonna encounter Guinan living on Earth in 1990 in the 2000s, she would have to look like Whoopi Goldberg did in TNG at least. Maybe a little older. So you'd have to like to encounter that Guinan visually, you'd have to de-age Whoopi Goldberg.
It would be good though. Sorry, anyway,
go ahead. Sorry.
It would be good though if I am right and she is working in Los Angeles for Picard to walk into a bar and she's the bartender behind a bar and Cheers or It's Always Sunny or something like that.
That would be cool too. That'd be awesome as well.
Do you guys watch The Last Stand on Paramount Plus? Because I believe that Whoopi Goldberg plays one of the characters on there.
Oh, you mean The Stand, the Stephen King thing, The Stand?
Yeah. The CBS show. Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Right?
it's a whole lot of
wasn't
garbage.
Yeah, it was a terrible reboot. It was absolutely terrible.
Awful. Just
I
awful.
think that.
pivot-
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. Before you pivot, I think going back, finishing off on that Picard thought for a second, I have a feeling that it's going to be so. Season 1 of Star Trek Picard was like an epilogue to All Good Things and TNG and Hull, but like mostly All Good Things. Like it was continuing a lot of the themes that were presented in All Good Things, and it was giving us the actual reality based. So like for the longest time in our head continuity, we thought, well, the future of Jean-Luc and company is going to look something like All Good Things, like. But we know Data died, so he was no longer going to be the chair of, the head of the Lucasian chair at Cambridge. So that was out. But in the All Good Things continuity, Troy had died, and that had created a lot of friction. Like, for example, if you recall in All Good Things, Jean-Luc was kind of on the outs, just like he is now with his friends. Like, he didn't like really see them. He had retired to his vineyard, so it was very similar in terms of like the events. It just wasn't the Hobus Nebula or whatever, the Romulan thing that caused it. In reality, in prime timeline or whatever you want to call it, Data dies instead of Troy, so you still have Troy, and so we got a whole new story with the different variables of just like what if Troy had lived or whatever, right? So we're still discovering
Troy's a variant that needs to be hunted down.
Exactly, she needs to be
by
pruned.
the-
Going back to Loki, yes,
TVA.
very
But
good.
when you think about it, Picard is dead because he physically died.
Well, that's
At
a
the end
whole
of the-
thing.
So
I-
no, but
like-
if Q comes back, surely Q's going to make light of, well, you're
Oh,
dead.
yeah. He'll make fun
That's
of
what I
him.
don't get is why is he still interested?
He'll probably
if it's
call him
not the original
zombie.
Picard?
Yeah, he'll probably call him zombie or like all kinds of funny things. I'm sure there'll be a lot of humor. But where I was going with my original thought
He
is
may
that like
bring up the trial of humanity and bring up the fact that Picard is not technically human now, so he might test him in a certain way, I guess. I don't know.
or he might show Picard like what humans really think of synths. This is the thing. Like he might actually like test Picard in another way now. It's
Picard's like, Q, leave me alone. I'm too old for this shit.
And not only that, it poses a lot of things because Picard's whole thing was he had a hatred of the Borg and what they do, but essentially a synth is a very realistic looking Borg.
And listen, the whole idea about this synth
especially in
band
the
made no
sense
sense
of
anyway.
Picard, I should say. What's that?
The whole synth ban in Picard, like, what are you banning? Are you banning every form of artificial life in hologram form and robot form? And
It seems that way because holograms. Well, no, holograms are still around, but they're not.
I want to see a show with the exocomps as outlaws.
If you have AI that are tactile and that can pick up things and stab you with them, hologram or machine, it's still the same danger.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess what I was going to say is that maybe season 2 of Picard will take Tapestry to a whole new level and do a season-wide investigation. As season 1 kind of investigated All Good Things, maybe season 2 will investigate Tapestry, and so we'll have like a situation of like what ifs, like what if Picard could have made a different decision in the past? What would that have led to, or whatever, you know? And so who knows? I don't know what. I have no idea what it'll be.
I
but
think
I'm
they're
excited.
gonna do at least. I don't know if it's gonna be the whole season, but they're gonna do a section of it in the Mirror Universe. I think they're gonna do some Mirror Universe stuff.
Interesting.
I'm so tired of the Mirror Universe.
Because we have characters on set dressed like Mirror Universe people who shouldn't be alive anymore.
I had a different.
And then they're all of a sudden they're there and they died in the last season. It's like, okay.
I had a different weird theory about that, where I think I maybe mentioned it, where I think that might be Shinzon, but anyways, yeah, I think that, like, again, if Picard is being like, what if like like let's say he decides, like, you know, like he regretted Data dying. What if he dies instead? And Q's like showing him, oh look, Shinzon actually conquered Earth, and now he's the ruler of Earth.
But
blah,
are
blah.
they really gonna beat that dead horse of like Data again? Are they really gonna keep milking Data?
I think he would.
They've
I think
already
he
had
would
him
just
die twice.
Milk it.
Yeah, I think they should milk it. Brent Spiner is, by the way, in season 2, but he probably plays Inigo soon. Yeah,
Alton soon. Yeah.
Alton. Yeah. Inigo Alton soon. Alton Inigo soon, or whatever his name is. Marcelo, you were gonna make us pivot.
Yeah, no, but before I do to my pivot, you guys got me thinking. So, if Q shows up and makes fun of Picard and asks him to show him his new robot skills, like, how are they gonna like are they actually gonna speed up like Patrick Stewart by using CGI? Are they gonna make him like robot run now, or how are they gonna like? I'm
No,
interested.
they didn't give him any. They didn't give him any abilities.
So
they made him
but-
exactly
they
as
made
he
him
was.
normal. Yeah, like they did.
But I'm like,
not normal, but-
minus the
I hope
aromatic
for
syndrome.
episode 1 he gets an upgrade.
Okay.
Jean-Luc 2.0. I don't need a spaceship. He just jumps into space.
That got Ruben totally awake.
I
That's
do.
amazing.
I subscribe with 2 accounts on Paramount Plus for that.
Wow.
I just
Okay.
guys, I totally apologize for that. I did not mean to make Ruben explode. No, but
funny.
but I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah,
Kidding.
they did explain it in that scene
Okay.
at the table at the end, where they told Jean-Luc that this synthetic body was designed to simulate a body of a human, so it didn't have any special abilities.
Okay.
And they may have, they even gave him like a normal lifespan, and he was like, "Well, I wouldn't have minded 10 more years." And
Right, 10 more
you know, like it's like, so yeah, it's supposed to make him feel like he never died.
No. So my pivot was just real simple. I wanted to ask those of you who are Doctor Who fans on the panel right now, who's your favorite showrunner of the reboot of Doctor Who? Do you guys like Moffat? Do you guys like
Stephen
Chibnall?
Moffat is my favorite panel.
Yeah, Stephen
Stephen
Moffat
Moffat,
as well.
definitely.
Because he wrote the best episodes before he was the showrunner. Like the first season, he done all the good ones, or the ones that are very good.
I'll go with the majority on this one.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna.
You will actually when you watch Doctor Who. I hope you watch it one day, PJ. It'll be awesome.
No, he's never seen Doctor Who.
What about
so
you?
he's
No,
just
he's never. He told you he never saw it at the
It's the
beginning.
first show that I ever watched, and it's a
I've
show
never
that I
seen
never
that.
watch.
He's never told me that, or has he? Did he?
He did.
And
He
I
said
just-
it. He said it when
No,
you
he
asked
said
the
that, yeah,
first
that's
time. He
it.
totally said it.
Okay,
Wait,
well, I totally forgot. Sorry.
Ruben, who's yours? I'm curious. Who's yours? Because you haven't seen Chris Chibnall, but you've seen up to Moffat. So between Davies and Moffat, nice
I mean,
lighting, geek.
my favorite time of everything I saw. I mean, my favorite was I liked Eccleston a lot, but I liked
The showrunner.
Oh, no, I know. I'm saying
okay.
the era.
So
you know, like,
the era. Sorry, you're
so-
letting us know through which. Okay, got it.
like I liked Eccleston in the first couple seasons of Tenet. I don't know, is that the same showrunner or who
Yeah.
did what?
Matt Smith is Stephen Moffat, and Beyond Peter Capaldi is Stephen Moffat, and then Chris Chibnall is Jodie Whittaker, and the reboot is Russell T Davies, who's
Russell
awesome.
Davies.
He's like
So
neck and
who's
neck.
showrunner from Eccleston to Matt Smith?
Eccleston from Eccleston all the way to the end of David Tennant was Russell T Davies.
Russell T Davies.
Yeah.
And then Moffat
Yes.
took over.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Moffat took over with Matt
PJ
Smith.
actually has a secret channel where he talks about Doctor Who.
Who.
I'm the only one who has the link, though.
It's actually called PJ's Doctor Who reviews. Like it's totally
Doctor
another
PJ's.
Which, by the way, shout out to PJ's Media Reviews.
It's 400,000 subscribers on there.
Where we've been doing Star
Jodie
Trek
Whittaker
Discovery watch
is a frequent guest.
For me personally, my favorite Doctor Who showrunner is Russell T Davies, but my favorite writer on Doctor Who is Stephen Moffat. I love that guy. I love that guy so much. I even like Sherlock, and I like his Dracula thing that he did for Netflix. I'm a big Stephen
Russell
Moffat
T Davies
guy.
did a Dracula thing for.
No,
I mean, sorry,
yeah.
Stephen Moffat.
But
did
Stephen
a
Moffat
Dracula-
Stephen Moffat done a show in the UK that no one has ever heard of that was on after Doctor Who,
Well,
and it was before Sherlock. It was called Jekyll, and it was a reimagining of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
I've heard of that, but I've never seen
And
it.
it was
Where can I find
only
it?
6 episodes, and it was brilliant. And it completely, if you look at what he's done since, like Sherlock and Dracula, it's the early concept of how do you reinvent that character, and it is so brilliant. I cannot recommend it enough.
Oh wow!
all right. I'll try and hunt it down. But
I'll send you a link to it, man.
Please do.
Cool. No, I'm for me personally, like my doctor has always been Matt Smith. Like I've said when I started watching the reboot of Doctor Who, like I came in towards the end of David Tennant's run, and I was all in by the time that Matt boarded the TARDIS, and then I love Jodie Whittaker's run, but I don't think that she's particularly been served well by the writing. And I don't think that she's had that signature Doctor Who episode yet, for my money. I think that the writing has been subpar, which really disappoints me because I was a fan of Chris Chibnall from Broadchurch.
Broadchurch was really good.
Yeah,
Broadchurch.
I was
which had Jodie Whittaker on it, where she was on that show.
And
yeah,
David Tennant, yeah.
I never saw that show.
I watched Broadchurch and the American one with Anna, with the wife of
Anna
Breaking
Gunn?
Bad.
Tell me about
Anna Gunn?
Broadchurch because I never saw it. Did you see
It's
that?
amazing.
Broadchurch.
I saw a couple episodes of that.
Broadchurch is absolutely great. It's gripping.
David Tennant plays the same character in both versions.
Yes.
He does.
He does the same thing in does it the English version. I guess it's English. Where is it set?
Yeah, the UK version is a lot
Broadchurch.
more like cinematic with the coastlines and stuff. I
Wait,
think,
there's a
though.
Broadchurch US version?
Yes.
Yeah, with David Tennant and Anna Gunn as partner instead of I forget.
It's
the
not
woman's
called
name.
Broadchurch though. It's called something
No, it's-
else. It's,
Yes.
No, it's called.
It's something Falls or something like that.
That's weird that we do that. We take your British shows and then we turn them into weird American
don't know.
versions.
I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
with the same
Well-
actor. It's like Penelope Cruz played the same character and said the exact same lines just in English in Vanilla Sky. Like,
Oh,
she
weird.
did
And
a-
yeah, Open Your Eyes. Yeah, the original, which was amazing.
I have to be right back. I have to feed my cat. But
No,
who did I not put in
serious?
charge yet? Who hasn't been in charge yet?
Serious,
Marcelo.
Marcelo, you're in charge.
Okay. No, but I am. Thank you, Ruben.
Oh wait, can I just say one thing? I have to also pee. I just realized, but just one thing for me. You know how like the Miami Dolphins had Miami Dolphins had a perfect season of football in the 1970s.
No.
Series 5 of Doctor Who is the perfect season in my mind of Doctor Who ever. Like I think that is like the most quintessential Doctor Who season ever, and that's strongly why I love Stephen Moffat.
Which one was Steven
Is that
Series
Matt
5?
Smith's first
Matt
season?
Smith's first season.
Yeah,
so
I
series
agree.
5.
110% agree.
It's like
yeah.
it's like so freaking like I can just sit down and binge it
crack
from
my
start to
wall.
end.
Do you know
I don't
why,
skip.
though?
I don't. Why?
Because in the UK, that was the show that transitioned to HD. So before Stephen Moffat took over that season of Doctor Who, there was 2 separate channels. There was the BBC and BBC HD, which only showed the HD programs, which was maybe 2 or 3 shows a day. And Doctor Who was the first show that went from HD onto the main.
It also does look a million times more gorgeous than the previous season, so it's true. All right, sorry, I'll be right back.
By the way, Grace Point is the name of the American adaptation.
That's it. I knew it was something like that, but I've never had the balls to watch it. Is it that bad?
It's bad.
Okay.
See, I saw the first season or the first and second season of Broadchurch, and then watched Grace Point, and then went back to Broadchurch because Broadchurch had another season after Grace Point ended, and they never picked it up.
Do not watch Grace Point.
I thought just Broadchurch, the way the location was the location was almost a character in the show.
No. I mean, for me, the main reason why I love Jodie Whittaker's performance as Doctor, because she really made me into a fan of hers on Broadchurch. I mean, that first scene when she comes onto the beach and she realizes that that's her son dead on the beach. The way that she just loses it, it's amazing. I mean, I can't. Brilliant. Yeah, I can't imagine being a parent and being put in a position where I show up to some place and I see my child dead on the ground. I think I would just die right there. But I also like the fact that the community actually turns on each other as the series goes on. It's just really wonderful. And I can't remember the actress's name who plays opposite David Tennant. It's killing me. Somebody help me out.
Oh, Olivia Colman.
Yes, Olivia. Look at the in the final episode when Olivia Colman confronts the bad guy of Broadchurch season 1, when she just it's great. I mean, I don't want to give spoilers for those of you who are still watching us right now, but when she comes, sorry.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Come on, Ruben. You know I'm gullible. You can.
I'm due for my next. What happens with me with Doctor Who? What happened last time was I watched Eccleston's first season, then I didn't watch. Then I kind of stopped, and then by the time Matt Smith started, I was like, "Oh shit, I need to catch up on Doctor Who." So I watched from Eccleston all the way through Matt Smith's first season, like in 2 weeks. And then by the end of Matt Smith's first season, I was like, I can't watch any more Doctor Who. I'm done. I'm just so done with this show. And so that was it. And so it wasn't because I didn't like Matt Smith or anything like that. It was just I was burnt. I burnt myself out.
I love Olivia Colman. She's one of the best actors I've ever seen. There's a movie called The Favorite, which I put money on. You can actually bet on the Academy Awards. And I put a bet on her to win, and I made a lot of money because her odds were low. Not a lot of money, but a good amount. But anyway, first time I ever saw her was in a show called Peep Show, which is one of the greatest, which is one of the greatest comedies ever made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I watched that show from beginning to end, and it lasted a long time, but it would be like Curb Your Enthusiasm, where there'd be like 2 or 3 years between seasons sometimes.
Yeah. I'm so glad you've heard about that, because I've never met anyone from the other side of the pond that knows about Peep Show. And when you're a certain age, you see yourself as Jeremy, and then when you get a bit older, you see yourself as Mark, I think.
But the way Mark, I can't even do it. I can't even.
Come on, Mark.
I can't even imitate them. But you got Super Hands, Mark, and Jeremy. And
Alan Johnson, one of the best characters ever written.
Basically, the premise of the show is that it's all point of view. Everything you see is from somebody's point of view, so you always have like people talking directly at you, like as if you're the person looking at them. But man, it's one of the greatest comedies ever
as well. Yeah.
Yes, and Mark's internal monologues are fucking priceless. Stalingrad, he's always bringing up all this weird shit, historical shit.
If you ever felt insecure, which I think anyone in their life has, Mark Corrigan's inner monologue, at some point you'll go, I've done that. I've 100% done that.
And his whole storyline is he's obsessed with Olivia Colman's character.
Mm-hmm.
And she's great in it too. And oh my
Yeah,
god,
look,
it's just a brilliant show.
when lockdown happened, me and my girlfriend went back and watched all of Peep Show, and I went, "Can you if I told you years ago she would win an Oscar, would you believe me?" And she's like, "Nope."
Yeah, no,
Because it was just this Friday night comedy in the UK.
It's so good though.
The first time that I became aware of Olivia Colman was actually Saving Mr. Banks with Colin Farrell and Tom Hanks. I thought that performance was really good, but then I saw her in Broadchurch, and I'm like, oh, this woman can seriously bring it, because her performance in Broadchurch,
Yeah.
of all the characters, I mean, I love Jodie, I love David, but her performance was just, oh my god. But actually, who created Peep Show? I'm curious.
It was two guys, but so I don't know, PJ, if you know this, but the two main actors that were in Peep Show went to university with Olivia Colman. So they've done a few shows in the UK, and she was in them. And they based Peep Show on
David Mitchell and Robert.
Yes, they based the characters on their real life personalities.
Really? Wow.
But I still find, as I said a minute ago, hysterical that she went from because Peep Show is a sort of high concept, also fart and booze kind of comedy at the same time. And yeah, she went from a very quiet, low budget comedy to winning an Oscar in like 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
There was a TV show him and Jeremy were on before Bruiser.
The Mitchell and Webb look?
No, it's a Bruiser. It was a sketch comedy show. You can find clips of it on YouTube. It's like
oh no, well yeah, it was the Mitchell and Webb look, because it was. I don't think it went anywhere else. But
it only like 6 episodes or something like that.
Ah, right. No, I think that was the one. Yeah.
But
no, they done the Mitchell and Webb feel. I think it was in the Mitchell and Webb look, because there was one that was like a radio show adapted into a TV show.
I'm still not back, but
then they tried this failed show.
Oh, I got it.
Like while they were doing Peep Show, a sketch comedy show that didn't work out.
No, but you guys never read the comments, so I'm not back. But Starfleet Boy says that Olivia Colman was also on Doctor Who in season 5, episode 1, Matt Smith's first episode.
Yeah,
she was in the hospital. She was in the hospital. She was the weird creature person. Yes, and she plays Queen Elizabeth II in The Crown, which is Netflix's most expensive series ever. Okay, make it show again. I'll be back.
No, but I'm curious, Geek and Reviews. What do you think about that? I can't remember the name of the show, but I'm sure once I start talking about it, I'm sure you'll know what it is. What do you think about that show that Edgar Wright, Nick Frost, and Simon
Spaced?
Pegg did?
What, Spaced?
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Space is amazing.
So God, hard to tell now, but maybe about a year ago, I'd watched all the Edgar Wright films with my girlfriend, and she knew who Edgar Wright in the Cornetto trilogy was, and I went, "You need to watch this show called Spaced." And I went, but the problem is, it's so of its time, especially the second series, that it references the Matrix and how bad the Phantom Menace was.
Right.
That it didn't work at the time. No one got it. It was a show that was 15 years ahead of its time. That was aimed at geeks and nerds talking about the stuff that we're talking about, and it was in the UK. It was on like 10:30 on a Friday night. So who's going to be sitting in watching that? And yeah, I even remember the first TV interview I seen with Simon Pegg. He walked on and he went, "No one knows who I am, so let's just do this."
There's only 2 seasons.
No
right?
one watched it. Yeah, it was only 2 seasons, 12 episodes.
It's on a Canadian version of Prime.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, during that show is when, after doing a episode where the main character of the show has a nightmare of zombies, that's where they initially came up with the idea for Shaun of the Dead, right?
Yes, Tim falls asleep playing Resident Evil or Resident Evil 2, and he has the dream. Yeah, and he does a like that, and then
and his roommate on the show is the leader of the other team in Shaun of the Dead, the mirror team.
Yeah.
Remember the girl?
Yes, there's loads.
That's his roommate. That's his roommate from Space.
Really?
In Space as well. Yeah, in Space, the woman that owns the building, she's in every one of the Cornetto films as well.
Okay.
So, and
No.
you were right. And Sean, she's part of the other group. And
Yeah.
Hot Fuzz, she's the bar owner.
Hot Fuzz
And I
is
can't
amazing,
remember
too.
what she. I think she's a bar owner on World's End as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kate Blanchett plays Simon Pegg's girlfriend in which
Yeah.
of those films?
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Because they stabbed Peter Jackson through the hand as well. Peter
Oh
Jackson's
no,
in Hot Fuzz.
no. Wait, is he Father Christmas? No, that's Edgar
Yes,
Wright.
he's Father Christmas.
He's Father Christmas. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's Peter Jackson. Yeah, I think there is a behind the scenes where you see it, but if you pause it, you can definitely see it's Peter Jackson.
That's so awesome. No, I mean, when it comes to Edgar Wright, my favorite Edgar Wright films is the Cornetto trilogy.
Mhm.
But I'm really intrigued to see what his new film is going to be like, because if you've seen the trailer, One Night in Soho, that thing looks trippy as hell.
I've avoided it. I've not watched it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, Edgar Wright, I think his films work better in the small screen than they do on the big screen, because every Edgar Wright film I've seen in the cinema, I've hated it, and then when I've watched it again at home, I've loved it. Yeah,
So wait-
well, I walked out of Shaun of the Dead the first time I seen it. I hated it.
What?
Yeah, I walked out of it.
So wait, okay, so you think that Edgar Wright's films play better at home, or just like
I think they
on-
play better at home because his films are tied in heavily with music, which he puts a lot of thought into, and a lot of it, like the visuals are so important. And I don't think you can take that all in on the big screen. I think you've got to see it in the small screen, and the dialogue as well. You've got to have all of that taken in. For me, anyway. But
I know I've never heard anybody say that about how they approach Edgar Wright films. I think that's pretty fascinating.
I only
Because
like Edgar Wright films on the phone. I only watch
the smaller screen.
the
I
smallest
mean, that's the only way to
possible
watch
screen.
movies, really.
No, I like the first time that I took really notice of how specific Edgar Wright was with his filmmaking was when I saw Baby Driver, and I saw a making of featurette where he said there was one specific scene where he matched up the editing to the music, and I was like, and I watched him do it, and I'm like, that's amazing. And every time that I see Baby Driver now, that's my favorite scene, the shootout scene, and when he matches up the gunshots with the music, it's amazing. It's just
That's the one
amazing.
film from him that I find is like as close to his masterpiece as he's gonna get.
Yeah,
Because that movie is just like just like butter. It's
Perfect.
just
I love Scott Pilgrim.
oh yeah, Jesus, I forgot
Yeah,
all about
Scott
that.
Pilgrim
That's
is my favorite movie of his.
Because apparently, like, when he handed
Yes,
Scott
that's a
Pilgrim
great
script
movie. I
over,
forgot
he
all
had
about
like
that.
the track list, and he went, read the script, but listen to these songs at this point when you're reading the script.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, because he was just like, I knew music was going to be such a big thing for it that I didn't get every song that I requested, but I got most of the songs that I wanted into the film.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got more in the tank. I think he's gonna surprise us.
I think
He's gonna pivot.
I think he's all out of gas.
He's gonna pivot into more
More
interesting
mainstream?
movies.
Or
No, more artsy,
okay.
less
But
mainstream.
if you
He already
look at
did the
how
mainstream.
Eyes Wide
if you
Shut
look at
Part
how
2.
if you look at how important how good his writing is, if you look at Ant-Man, he co-wrote that with another British guy, which was, I thought Ant-Man was quite good, but Ant-Man 2 didn't have that beat to it.
He also the one who came up with the visual look too for the miniaturization.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Jeremiah was a Squirtle, was a good friend of mine. That was a variation. Hi, everyone. Just pop in before the stream ended to say hi. What are you talking about? We're going to go on for like hours. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Did we start already?
I never know when we're going to end.
Yeah, what were you saying about
Did we
me too being
start?
bullshit?
I try to stop when there's no more viewers. There's 6 right now, so that's like crazy. You guys are talking about stuff that people love to hear about. So I think 3 of them. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah,
So 3 of
not
them are
on
my
there.
accounts.
Are your accounts great? 7. There's 7 now. Someone else just joined. Someone's trolling us. Yay! But thank you, Jeremiah. Jeremiah, we talked about Loki, Superman and Lois. We also talked about what else did we talk about?
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. So if there's any thoughts you have on any of those things, please let us know. We'd love to hear about it. And also just how are you in general? And also you're always invited to come on the stream. So if you'd like to come on, let me know. And then Blue says, OMG, LOL, Eyes Wide Shut Part 2. What did I miss? What was this? Eyes Wide Shut Part 2 is coming out?
No, PJ made that crack.
Oh, okay. What was the like? What was the?
It was
PJ,
it was called Eyes Wide Shut Part 2, Eyes Glued Shut.
Oh my goodness, that's very good. I heard a little bit of what you guys were talking about, but I had to feed my cat.
No, I really think
He's very demanding.
For me personally, because I love TV and I love TV writers, I think it would be really cool if Edgar Wright, after he did One Night in Soho, would come to like one of the big streamers, let's say like an HBO Max or the BBC's version of HBO Max or whatever, and create a TV show for a platform like that. I think that would be cool.
I'd love to see it.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, on you go.
No, because I would love to see what he would do in a TV format. Because full disclosure, I've only seen a couple episodes of oh my god,
Spaced.
Thank you, Spaced. So I don't know, like I'm not used to Edgar Wright working on a TV show, so I would love to see what that would be like. Although I could just watch Space, but I would want to see him do something new for one of the big streamers.
No, I agree with you, but again, as I said a minute ago, the problem I find with Spaced is it's so tied to the time that you would have to explain to
what's
some...
Spaced?
It was a TV show in the UK that basically was how Simon Pegg, Edgar Wright, Nick Frost all got together. It only lasted 2 seasons and it was 12 episodes.
What years did it come out in?
I think it was 99 and then 2001.
Oh, I never even heard
you
of it.
might. It's on the Canadian version of Amazon Prime Video, so you might have it on the American version.
It's on Hulu, actually.
Well, yeah,
really? I had no idea.
Awesome.
But yeah, it wasn't a huge show. It was on at 10:30 on a Friday night in the UK. No one watched it.
In the 90s, I was watching Red Dwarf. I didn't know about Spaced, but I think I was watching old episodes of Red Dwarf.
Yeah, in the 90s, like Friday night comedy in the UK was a big event. Like people would go to the pub and go home to watch Red Dwarf or watch Spaced or watch whatever was on. Or it was Fraser, Friends, Red Dwarf, Spaced were all on the Friday night in the UK.
Yeah, for me the for me the 90s was like Jurassic Park, the Power Rangers, and
no, but that's not on TV, right? Jurassic Park.
Power
Rangers was on TV. right?
No, but I'm just talking about.
Sorry.
My
bad.
But in my personal experience growing up as a kid, I watched Power Rangers so obsessively, and I watched Jurassic Park so obsessively that my grandma had to actually buy me a second VHS tape of the original Jurassic Park film because I wore out the one that they gave me first. So, and then Buffy and Dawson's that came later. But
Jurassic Park was like a dimensional change in the universe. Like I don't know. I know so many people who are obsessed with it. Ruben can attest how many times. Ruben, do you remember how many times I saw Jurassic Park in the theater?
It was like 19 or something, right?
There was 23 times in the movie theater. In the theater, I went a lot. Like the last time I was there, like there was just me and this really creepy old man who was hitting on me, and I was like, "Please leave." And that was it. No,
please don't make eye contact.
Yeah, that was a joke, but
he's like, "Hey, the name is T-Rex."
Wow, Ruben. No, that was a joke. Truly, the last time I saw it, I was the only one in the theater. That's it. No more friends wanted to come with me. It was just like I just kept going week after week. Like I would do like chores to earn the money at home, and I would take the bus. Oh, I forgot. I took the bus to the theater. Yeah, it's crazy times.
That's one of the most magical movies.
Okay, could I have my Jurassic Park money now? Thanks.
But if you saw that first time back in 1993, it was a special kind of movie, man, because you never
Oh,
seen
yeah, well,
anything
definitely.
like that
Yeah,
in terms of visual effects. Like your mind was like, "What the fuck?"
I got
The first thing I ever saw from the movie was the T-Rex walking past the vehicle, and you see his foot go down, and I'm like, that looks so fluid. I'm like, how the hell? I just as a kid, I knew about visual effects and stop motion, and that's what I thought it would be, right? But then they show this like smooth. I'm like, this stop motion animation is amazing.
back then you only saw trailers in front of movies. You didn't see them online like you do today.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first saw the trailer of Jurassic Park, I went immediately right after to Walden Books because it was in the same mall as the movie theater of whatever. I don't remember what the trailer was attached to. And I bought the Michael Crichton book. It was the white cover before the movie,
Yeah.
before it
Yep.
says made into a major motion picture like they used to do. It was the white cover with the red embossed, like it was like the Jurassic Park logo, which they kept exactly the same more or less in the film, which was delightful. So
Do you
like
still have that book?
it's got to be somewhere in my I might still have it. But I had the paperback. I got it later after I saw the trailer, so I never got the hardcover as when it came out. But anyways,
Yeah.
I read that book from front to back. Marcelo, did you fall asleep?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like,
He's just
I
texting.
killed Marcelo. I killed Marcelo.
This one,
Oh, okay, cool.
this cover, right?
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
We can't. Can you bring it closer?
Yeah, no, it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's the
You
the
can't
white
see that.
cover with the dinosaurs.
Yeah. That's it.
Sorry, I didn't fall asleep. Sorry.
No worries. Anyways, so I read that book and I was so happy, and it was the first time, even though I saw the movie 23 times in theaters, it was the first time I was disappointed that a book was better than the movie. The book, to me, that
Well,
first
that's
book,
always the case. Isn't
I know,
it?
no, not always, but that first book was epic. Like, I remember reading that. It felt like how kids are like, oh, I read Harry Potter, and I felt like I read a new book, or like I was reading for the first time. That's what Jurassic Park felt like. It felt like cinematic when I was reading it. It was just Michael Crichton was like a genius.
Do you remember
writer.
the crazy merchandise, like the McDonald's cups?
Yeah. No, I have.
And
Yeah.
the
It's
actual
crazy.
T-Rex dinosaur, which was like crazy for its time. It was like $40 or something.
I still have my childhood T-Rex. I've shown it on the.
And remember the books that came out? That there was like a book for each dinosaur, and they were almost like they're almost like pamphlets. They were so short.
Oh shit! I
Really?
just broke my D7 bat.
Oh my God! What'd you do?
It fell and the nacelles just broke.
What did you break? What should you break?
My poor D7 just broke.
It was a cloaked model, though, that's why.
Look,
Aw.
she's lost her nacelles. Ah,
Okay.
that's sad.
Okay.
They could be popped right back in. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, at least it wasn't the Enterprise.
I can glue
But-
these back on.
As you've read the book, can I ask, because I've heard, is the character of John Hammond apparently is quite sinister and a bit darker
No.
in the book, is that right?
Yeah.
I think in the first book, I don't recall. I do remember him being like a character. I think Richard Attenborough's performance like changed. I can't remember because Richard Attenborough's performance kind of like changed Hammond
No.
in my mind, and
I
I haven't
would-
read the book since like way
actually,
back. But I don't remember that vibe being like where he was totally evil. But I do remember him being questionable in the book.
Well, there's that part where he sodomizes a raptor. It's fucked up.
no, he doesn't do that.
In the
Chapter
book,
14 and-
raptors can camouflage. They can change color just like a chameleon, and they did it rapidly. And I was so disappointed
That would be
that
too
was
clever.
not.
Too
Yeah,
clever,
but
girl.
I know, but too clever. But I was so disappointed that wasn't the case in the film. And the other thing I was a little bit disappointed in the film was that, like, at that time it was known that dinosaurs did have feathers and that they may have been like these wild colors. So just personally, I was disappointed that they were a little too monochromatic. They were all like kind of in
From
the
a visual
green tone.
effects standpoint, the feathers would have been almost impossible.
No, at
And
that
all-
time you're 100% right. I agree.
Did
I
you see
also-
the teaser for the new
Also, the
Jurassic World
the
Dominion?
camouflaging effect, which they
The,
actually do in Jurassic World.
They released a poster a couple days ago.
Wait, there's
Yeah,
a
but the-
teaser trailer?
No,
Yeah, no, there's a few pictures, and one of them is a raptor that's got. You can see that it's got hair coming out its skin.
Oh, cool.
No, but I just want to mention to you guys, I'm actually reading the first Jurassic Park book right now. Ooh, nice.
This is like from the first run. This is the toy
but
that they
Starfleet
can't.
Boy, I was gonna mention they do the camouflaging thing later on in Jurassic World.
They do.
Mhm.
You're right. You're absolutely right. They do.
But I think the effect for the time would have been too.
would have been
complicated.
too hard. You're right.
No, but since I think that John Hammond in the original Jurassic Park book, I do think that he's a little bit more sinister than what Richard Attenborough made him in the film, because I love Richard Attenborough in the first Jurassic Park film. I think he's great. But I think that Richard Attenborough softened him up a little bit compared to the way he was in the book. But one thing I will say is that the book is completely different than the film, because I like the first time I read the book, I was like, what is this? Like
it was the first time I read a book before the movie came out, and so I've never done it since. Like if I hadn't already, like the Lord of the Rings I read before I saw those movies, but that's because they were like required reading in, I forget, like middle school or something like that. Right. But other than that, like I think that like for modern movies, after that I would decide I'm gonna see the movie first if I'm really interested, and then read the book after, because I know that I'm gonna like the Harry Potter books, the films. I love them. They're awesome, but they don't live up to the books at all. I'm super down for a Harry Potter miniseries for each book that lasts like many seasons.
You know they are doing a live action Harry Potter.
Yeah, I heard they're doing a live action miniseries, right? Like so yeah, I'm totally down for that.
Yeah,
do you know Rob Zombie is doing a Monsters movie or series?
Monsters?
I think he's doing a movie.
I cannot wait for that.
Like the Monsters, like from the Monsters?
Monsters movie.
Yeah,
like Eddie Munster?
Eddie Munster, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now they're going to be rednecks who scream fuck at each other every 5 minutes.
Wow.
And like Eddie Munster's going to kill the father, or try to kill the father.
Yeah.
Because
There'll be some sort of vague rape scene. Like,
yeah, I will
Jesus
never.
Christ.
Rob Zombie is such a sensationalist director. I don't appreciate it. I fell for it with The House of Thousand Corpses. I was like, this is new and different and in your face. I kind of like this as like a rebellious youth. But then I watched The Devil's Rejects, and it has a sexual assault scene that just turned me off to the whole shebang. And it goes places. And then it celebrates these horrible people at the end, but they do.
Right, it's just shock for shock value.
Shock for shock for shock.
I will never forgive that.
There's nothing else to it.
Stuff. Yeah.
I will never forget that man for the Halloween films that he did. God damn it!
I don't think I've seen any. I don't watch a lot of horror films, so I don't think I've seen any of
his
the original Halloween.
Wife can't act.
Favorite horror movie of all time, Marcelo. The original
What's that?
Halloween.
Oh
That's
yeah,
my favorite
yeah.
horror movie of all time.
God, I hated what he did.
Ruben,
So
do you know
I
who
did
directed
not-
the original Halloween?
John Carpenter.
John Carpenter. Okay.
Did the music too.
Speaking
Yeah, that's
of
right.
John-
He did.
Speaking of John Carpenter,
Deborah Hill, producer.
Did y'all hear that Blumhouse and Brian Fuller are doing a remake of Christine?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? Any thoughts?
I never saw the first one.
Okay. I mean, fuck
I
it.
haven't seen
Sure.
Christine either. Yeah.
I've seen the original Christine, but sure. Why
Yeah,
not?
The funny thing for me was before the announcement came out this week, like 2 days before, I was actually talking with my friend. We were actually thinking about what a Christine reboot would be like, and like 2 days after we had our conversation, that piece of news came out.
I wonder what car they're going to use.
Well,
But Brian Fuller seems to like to do things that can have finality.
Yeah,
Because Christine's not something that you would make a franchise out of.
No.
I'm surprised that they're not making Firestarter. Like Firestarter would be something that you could. From Stephen
Firestarter
King.
is being made.
Is it being made? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's already been filmed and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, figures.
in the Deadline article that reported the Christine news, it did mention that Brian Fuller wanted to set his reboot in the 80s. So I would assume that he's going to use the same model of car.
What model is that?
The 57 Chevy that they use, 55, something like that.
So it would be a 1985 Chevy or something like that.
Yeah, no, but
I could do a Trans Am. That was a famous 80s car.
Speaking of books and movies, do do the Stephen King films live up to his books? For those of you who've read the Stephen King books, anyone here read
Man,
Stephen
there's so
King's
many you
books?
can't like. Misery is a good one.
I really loved the Misery film. I never read the book. I loved Dolores Claiborne.
Yes, that's a good one too.
It's a good one too.
The Mist is pretty good. Both film and
Mist.
book are pretty good.
Yeah, I've
People-
read
people-
The
shit
Mist.
on
Do
The
you
Mist.
remember? Do you remember Starfleet: The Mist on CD
Oh, we had the 3D
with the
audio.
3D audio? That shit
That was the first 3D audio thing that I
I
ever
remember
listened to. It was
3D audio
insane.
as well. It didn't
Yeah.
last very long.
Yeah, we had the. I don't know. I think you owned it, or I owned it. One of us.
I had it, but
Yeah.
it was, and you played it on your surround system. It was wild. You when you sat, like, if you followed the instructions, you sat in the right place in the sweet spot or whatever. It was really wild. You felt
Yeah,
like
you could
were-
feel the distance of things. It was just
Things and
crazy.
Is it not just
Stuff
like
is trippy.
spatial audio that you have in your Mac
It's
headphones
still
now?
not the same because it just felt like sounds were coming from places. We had a proper 5.1 at the time at our house. My dad's a huge
audiophile.
he's still alive, but he just doesn't. He has no interest in those things anymore. But he was a huge audiophile, so we've always had like some kind of crazy.
Well, he
audio
liked just tech because you guys had you
Yeah.
were the only people I knew who had a laserdisc player.
Yeah, we had a lot of crazy stuff. Like, but yeah, he loved all this high fidelity type of stuff. He said he hated going to
Father
he hated
says hi.
Yo, Father A!
Read them.
Hello. Hey, Pastel Pirate. How's it going? Welcome to Starfleet Boy After Dark. I know you've been here before. Yeah, so we had the not spatial, at the time it was called 3D audio, because we had gotten the hold of the CD. Was it through the radio station, I think?
Maybe? No, because it was before we were
It was
at
before that.
WTMI.
I think it was your
So-
CD, and we listened to it on my dad's system, and it was
Yeah.
insane. It was nuts.
So, what is it exactly? Like, is it a CD where they give you instructions like how to sit and where to sit? Okay.
Well,
So
I
it-
used to use my headphones because I didn't have
Right, and
the
it worked
system
in your
on.
headphones too.
But
Like,
yeah, you would
it's
sit with your
true.
headphones or in the right spot, and it just projected the sound so that it sounded like it's where it's coming from.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was produced to be that way. It was
But
really
even kind of
interesting.
like at angles and stuff like
Yeah, it was
not just
super
right
weird,
left, but
Yeah.
pretty
Ah,
cool.
Now, spatial audio, what Geek was talking about, I have that in these headphones. And so when I watch a movie, if I turn, the sound will stay in front of me. So let's say I'm watching a movie and someone is speaking. If I start to turn my head to look at something else, they shift, like, so it sounds like the audio is fixed. It's really wild as well. It's really
that's
cool.
Actually, I was actually considering getting the headphones that you have on your head right now, because I wanted to watch the newest season of Star Trek Discovery with spatial audio, but I don't know if Paramount's going to have that. I don't know if they're going to have that capability.
It's $1.99 extra.
They only do mono with the basic package.
If you do decide to buy these headphones, let me know. I'll send you a link through my affiliate. I have an affiliate thing, so I get a little kick. You'll help out Starfleet Boy.
Ruben will like this. You know, for when you pay for Paramount Plus and you pay like
Well,
the full price, you
I
still
pay
get
for-
ads.
Yeah, you get promos, Ruben,
I
for
know.
other Paramount
That you
shows.
can't skip like
And you
Paramount.
can't
or
Oh,
like
skip
yeah,
them.
okay, I was
like,
about to say because
Prime.
HBO does that, but you can skip them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like Amazon Prime, you can skip them too.
Right.
But
yeah, I can't skip my Paramount Plus. I since I have a show, I may as well say it. Paramount Plus, can you please let me skip those promos? I pay good money, and I'll pay a little bit more if you remaster Deep Space Nine and do one episode at a time. I will pay for exclusive special access to a remastered DS9 exclusive Paramount Plus experience, up to $15 a month just to get Deep Space Nine remastered. Just letting you know, FYI. And could you please let me skip the frickin' promos? I love the promos, but sometimes I've seen them more than once and I want to skip them. And
coming
also,
up next on A Good Place.
On the same note, Paramount, could you also do Voyager? Could you
yeah, fine.
Can you please do
Voyager
Voyager?
2.
How
Come
much is
on.
Paramount? How much is Paramount Plus? Like $6.99.
$9.99 a month, I think.
No, but you can the yearly plan is $60.
Is there a
'Cause
yearly
that's-
plan?
So
I didn't
$5
realize
a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah, that's what I
Shit.
that's what I pay
What?
for.
They've
I got an
also
email the
never
other day
they've also never told me about the yearly plan, so they've
Yeah,
been milking me
yeah,
for this like
yeah.
monthly bullshit for like 3-4 years. What?
Let
Paramount
me-
Plus. I'm an angry customer now.
Let-
Karen is
I got an
here.
email the other day offer a
I
month
need to
free.
speak to a manager right now.
me-
Okay,
let-
sorry.
let
Sorry.
me ask you this: Did you?
I had no idea about a yearly plan.
I got an email about a month free to get a month free offer, and I marked it as spam.
Oh no, you're terrible.
I'm just kidding. No, I didn't do that. I mean, I
Did,
did get the email, but I didn't mark it as spam.
Did you Oh, he muted himself, but I don't know if he can still hear me.
Yeah, I can still
Yeah,
hear
when
you.
I mute myself, it's just because I'm burping or something, and I'm too embarrassed to do it on
That's fine.
on the.
No, I was just gonna say, did you come on to Paramount Plus like when it became Paramount Plus, or were you with CBS All Access?
As soon as Star Trek Discovery was announced, I just started my subscription to it.
Okay,
So that was so like whenever it was announced, I started, and then I only bought it CBS All Access for Star Trek. I heard it was something that sports people bought. Like a lot of people bought it for the sports.
No, because
There's a lot of sports on CBS All Access, or there were a lot. I don't know if Paramount
No,
Plus.
Yeah, you
there
can
is.
watch live sports. That's
There
right.
is, yeah. No, but what I'm
You can do on
saying,
Peacock.com.
you could also do that there. But what I'm saying is, when Paramount Plus was CBS All Access, they had a yearly plan. Like when I first signed up for the service to watch Star Trek Discovery, I went for the yearly plan because I detest commercials.
CBS and Star Trek know who I am, and they know I'm 100% a Star Trek patsy. Or wait, what's it called now? A simp? So they're just like, we're
No,
never
you're a
gonna
shill.
send
You're a
Star.
shill.
Yeah, a shill. Thank you.
You're a
So
shill.
they're like, we're never gonna send Starfleet Boy we're never gonna. They know my account. They have it
They
by
just figured
IP.
you wanted to pay more.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, he'll pay whatever it costs to get Star Trek. It doesn't matter. Like
Also,
we'll put it. We'll never advertise the annual plan to him. So
also, I'd like to
just
mention.
saying.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to point out that I love Viacom CBS, but I do not pay for new Star Trek. I have friends in high places, and I haven't paid for new Star Trek for about 2 years.
So many people confess this on my show. It's so funny.
I'm sorry.
It's so weird.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
Superman Lois isn't on in the UK TV yet.
Okay, but with that being said, if I didn't have friends in high places, I would pay for new Star Trek because I like it so much.
To
I've
be
had to-
fair, I could do that, but I don't.
But you just don't.
Ruben has friends in high places,
Yes.
but he's like, I won't even ask those people to give
I've
me
got friends in low places. That's how I get them.
I've got friends in low
in
places.
Canada,
No,
the
but I-
Crave is the home of all Star Trek. Like Netflix has
That's
old
amazing.
Trek, but
No,
Crave
but
has
I
all
don't-
of it. But it also has HBO Max stuff. It has HBO stuff. It has Cinemax and Showtime shows. Like there's a lot on there. And if the picture quality was as good as Netflix or Disney Plus, it would be like super great. But yeah, I've had that since it like came out 5 years ago, and it just adds so much content all the time, like more so than Netflix does, to be honest.
No, but the thing that I don't understand about Paramount Plus is their yearly plan, right? You pay $60 for the whole year, and you still get limited commercials. If I'm going to pay $60 for your service, I don't want not one goddamn commercial, not even a pre-roll. I
It's
don't
just like
understand.
if you get YouTube Premium, that's the whole point of that.
I
is to
have
not
I love
ads.
you, and they gave me a
Oh,
little
YouTube
stat.
Premium's
Oh.
amazing.
They
Oh,
gave
but
me
yeah,
a
it
stat
also
email
is-
the other day, which I was impressed at. They were like, "You watched 120 hours of blah blah blah, and you didn't watch one single ad." I was like, "Yes, I'm so happy about that."
I hate YouTube ads. I
Oh.
got so sick of them.
Oh, by the way, I don't have YouTube ads either because I use the ad blocker. So
What is that? What do you mean? Like,
I use an ad blocker on my Google Chrome. It's an extension.
I realize that, but what does it do? It somehow skips the ads.
Just
Yeah,
edits them out, yeah.
I don't see. I haven't seen an ad on YouTube in like 3 years.
But does that mean you? What about videos that have ads in the middle?
I don't see those either.
Wow.
You want me to link you the program I use?
No, I like
No,
I like
Sure.
YouTube
Because that's the way
Premium
the
for
government spies on you and gets a hold of your webcam.
what? Yeah, that and
Um,
but also I like YouTube Premium because I like that show with LeVar Burton called
Oh, the
Weird
music.
City,
Reading Rainbow.
and I like to
Reading
put it on in
Rainbow.
the background, just like playing while I listen to like techno
I
or
can
You also have
ambient.
Google Play with that.
anything.
Yeah, you also have that, and you have YouTube
YouTube
Music.
YouTube
Yeah,
Music.
YouTube Music.
It's not called Google Play.
Right.
Yeah, I have YouTube Music. I love YouTube.
Oh yeah,
Music.
and because I pay for YouTube Plus or Premium, whatever it's called, and I can watch the new Karate Kid movie when I want to, or a show,
What?
which I haven't seen yet, Cobra Kai, but
It's
I
on
heard it's really
Netflix
good.
now.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, is it?
Anyway.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Netflix bought it.
But also what I like is that they boost Starfleet. It's on my Starfleet Boy account, so they boost it. So I get a lot of extra views because of YouTube Premium.
Oh, by
That
the
was
way,
that was a lie. They don't actually
No.
do that. I just
Yeah,
thought
because
I'd
I've
throw
got
that in
Premium. It
there.
does not happen to me.
I was
That's
like-
all.
YouTube's like cease and desist, shut down that stream.
Anybody ever watch Police Squad on YouTube? There's 6 episodes.
No,
Nice.
but I want to
had the
see
video when I
Wayne.
was
Have you
younger.
guys seen Wayne? That show
Do you-
looks really
Wait,
good.
hold on.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to explain what.
Oh.
Brought something up, and you're just like, let's
Go,
skip
go,
over
bro.
that real
No,
quick.
brought it up.
No, let's skip
Jesus.
over it. Keep going, Kevin.
There's a film series called the Naked Gun film series, and it's based on a show called Police Squad that only lasted 6 episodes. It was like ahead of its time, and you know the reason it was canceled because the executive said the audience will have to pay attention to get the jokes. You actually have to. There's so many visual gags and just subtle things that you have to actually pay attention to this kind of comedy, and it was like it's too much for people. And it turned out to be so good selling on home video after it was canceled. They said, well, let's make a movie. That movie did so well. You know, the movies with O.J. Simpson and Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, The Naked Gun.
And Priscilla Presley.
But the show, the 6 episodes are pretty good.
yeah,
It's
no,
called The Naked Gun.
I watched.
It's called Police Squad.
Oh, Police Squad. Okay, yeah, Blue says I love Police Squad.
That's why the Naked
Yeah,
Gun,
Police
the
Squad
first
was brilliant.
the first movie is called The Naked Gun, based on the files of Police Squad or something like that.
Oh. I miss Leslie Nielsen.
I love just the bits, and I think it was the Naked Gun.
He's
and
right
Police
behind
Squad.
Shit.
When they're having the gunfights in the alleyway, and they're like
I
2
got
feet
chills.
apart.
That's recycled from the show.
Yeah, I love that because you think they're like opposite sides of an alleyway, and they're like literally 1.5 feet apart.
You know what it's like? It's like if you watch the Mr. Bean movie,
I'll be right back.
the first one, and then you watch the show, you'll see where like the jokes in the movie came from. And it's the same thing with the Naked Gun movies. You'll be like, oh yeah. You watch the show and you'll be like, oh yeah, they repeated that in the movie, right?
Yeah, the Mr. Bean TV show was so much better than the films.
Oh yeah.
We have
for
a
sure.
truth or dare question. That's the first from our text message audience. Does anyone want to have you guys ever
I
played
actually have
truth
to
or
go
dare?
now, but yeah.
I just
No, I
Go.
really do. It's too late.
I choose truth.
All
Wait,
right,
do we
so
want to do
yeah.
a script reading or anything like that?
Do we know what the question is first before we agree to?
Let me ask them. Hold on.
All right, see ya.
PJ doesn't like truth or dare. Did you not like the Madonna? Oh, he actually left. All right. Did you guys see the Madonna? Did you guys see the Madonna movie Truth or Dare?
Yeah.
No, I've never
Yeah.
heard of that one.
Never heard of that one.
My friend brought the sex book to high school. Remember when Madonna's sex book?
Oh, yeah.
book called
yeah.
Sex.
With the big
Yes.
cone bras and
Metal,
stuff.
yeah, like metal cover.
I saw Madonna at the bookstore. There was a cool bookstore. Shout out, unsolicited shout out to Books and Books, in Miami Beach. I don't think that one's there. Yeah, it is still there. There's a new version of it.
Sorry.
But anyways, she was there, and her sex book was when her sex book came out. We used to go to that bookstore because it's like our neighborhood sort of bookstore, kind of is one of the independent shops and stuff like that. She was there. It was cool. So I was looking at the book Sex, and then I was looking at Madonna, and she was there, like within feet of each other. She's very
Cool.
short. She's very cute.
That's cool. I like.
But anyways, you were saying,
I wasn't here. I don't know who was
oh,
talking.
we're doing Truth or Dare, but we're waiting for the question.
Okay.
Oh, truth.
I
It's
chose
just
Truth.
convenient. Only you can see
Oh.
the text message audience what the question is.
I know we have people. There's 5 viewers right now watching, and we have people who watch on their TVs, so they text message me. They're like family or friends. So
I don't know that. I don't know you could do that.
yeah, you can watch YouTube on your TV.
Yeah, I've never. I really never understand how your text message audience works. So
Yeah, I
So
bet the text message
it's a
audience.
personal friend, or like I try to make Starfleet Boy known as much as possible. Like I don't always tweet about it, or I mean, sorry, I don't always share it because like I want it to be like something that people discover organically. But at the same time, I sometimes share it with friends just to be like, oh, like like Ruben, for example. Like I think he started seeing it, and then he started coming on. There's a lot like Yolanda, who you guys just met at a Mames tonight. She was on. So people text me, and so I can't share it unfortunately because I don't have it linked. Also, I don't have permission necessarily all the time to share who it is. So they're like, don't tell anyone. They're like embarrassed. They're like, don't tell anyone who I am. But here's my question. Ask this to your panel. So I get a lot of those questions as well.
okay. No, no. The only reason I mentioned that is because my family knows that I do this every Friday night with you, lovely gentlemen, and I'm sort of terrified of them to watch the show. Not because I'm not proud of the show that you put on here, but I
Sounds
don't
like
like.
it.
Yeah, no, but wait,
Jeez.
just let me explain.
Okay.
I don't. I like have something when my family watches my YouTube videos. I can't stand when they watch me on YouTube. It irks the crap out of me. I have to get out of the room. I can't take it.
Do
But
you
it's,
think it's because it's?
I mean, that
maybe
makes
a
sense. There's
side of
actors
you
who are
they're
like
not
that.
seeing?
What were you
I'm
saying?
sorry?
Wait. Oh, sorry. We all talked over. We were all like, blah, blah.
Geek, go ahead, geek.
So, do you think it's maybe because it's a side of you that your family don't normally see that you share with people that have the same interests, that kind of thing?
yeah, because my family knows that I'm a nerd, but there's nobody in my family where I could just hop online and talk
Yeah.
about how much I love Star Trek or how much I like Star Wars. And I think that when they see me in this setting, they see that I'm an outgoing guy and that I'm open and I'm basically a different person. When I'm with them, I'm a lot more reserved.
Excuse me.
I'm quiet and I'm much more tuned down.
Because you can't talk about what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a selfish way, but
No,
I think
it's okay.
I understand entirely what you mean. There's no
Yeah,
one in
no.
the room that wants to talk about what you want to talk about.
Yeah, also, but my family has seen one episode of this show and they really like Ruben because Ruben always
Fan
check this out.
favorite.
Ruben always gives me ribbings about how much I love JJ. So they love when you give me ribbings about how JJ is so awful.
Speaking of Jay, no, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead, come on, you'll love this. Come on.
Blue says, I think you should give your fam the benefit of the doubt. I agree. I agree with Blue. I think you should. I think that like you should let them make up their own mind about it. And I'll tell you what. Growing up, my mom was always like, even though she watched Star Trek, sort of in the background. But she was always like, "Don't tell people you like Star Trek." She was like actively like
Really?
don't. Yeah, she would be like, "Don't let people know you're a nerd."
Yeah,
I was always taught like not to be. Although I couldn't help myself. Ruben can attest. He's known me since I was like a wee bairn, as they say in
Which was
Scotland.
driving you to
Yeah.
school then?
Well,
was
what
it
I-
like
what
she
I
was
would
giving
say-
you the cliff notes for Dawson's Creek? This is what happened in Dawson's Creek last night. Talk about that.
I'll say two things. One, there are lots of actors I've worked with, actors who don't like their family coming to shows. When I worked in the theater, there were actors that I worked with that they didn't invite their family to shows because they just didn't like their family seeing, for whatever reason, right? 2, I'll say if you do let them watch, maybe our conversations will spark them to watch what we talk about, and then they have something to talk to you about.
Maybe.
You
No, but
know?
the other thing is that my family, uh, 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 besides one member, they all hate Star Trek. So
Like they actively hate it. They saw it and they were like,
yeah,
"We
they
need to
don't,
be against
yeah,
Star Trek.
they don't,
Star
they don't
Trek
like
is
Star Trek.
true evil and
They do not. Well,
it must
not
be
like that.
erased from the planet because it is
I mean, are they
proselytizing."
generally also just not sci-fi people? Because
Yeah. In general, they're not sci-fi people.
Here, put
They,
this part. We're at timestamp 2:59, so we're almost at 3 hours on this thing.
they,
Put this part on your TV. I'm talking to Marcello's family. Marcello. Okay, I'm talking to your family. Here, I'm gonna put myself full screen. As a matter of fact, I'm talking to your family right now, and I'm saying right now, like, do you hate Star Trek? Like, actively hate it, or do you just like think it's weird? Like, what's the truth? Like, does this when you see this image, do you think this is just weird, or do you hate it? Like, you're like, oh my god, this repulses me, I want to burn this to the ground. Because if you do feel that way, know that this is actually Jeff Bezos, and he's a lizard person, and this is what he really looks like underneath
And he controls
his-
everything.
Yeah, and he controls everything. So you should transfer your feelings from Star Trek over to Jeff Bezos. All right, that's the part I wanted to show your family,
the
Marcelo.
countdown to Stargate reboot.
no, but like I said, I'm lucky enough that I have one cousin that likes the original series. So when I told him Shatner Star Trek. So when I told
I have
him,
to interrupt you just for a second, just because Starfleet Boy royalty PJ Borek had to go to bed, and he actually took the time to say so. So PJ, no worries. Good night. You did a yeoman's work tonight, and it's late. You're an hour and a half later than me, and I can't believe Geek and Review's still here. That's amazing. So you guys are all amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't get the acknowledgement I think I deserve. I'm kidding on, obviously.
No, I have to say I appreciate you a million. I hope I show my appreciation to you, and if not, you have to let me know how I can.
You have me on, so that's all the appreciation that I need.
Such a charmer.
not to usurp anybody's importance on this panel, but I'm always the first one here and the last one to leave. So
those things don't matter on Starfleet Black Shark, but we do appreciate that you do that. Like, I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's very nice that you do that, but it's not like a, you don't get to be Starfleet Boy royalty because of that. Sorry.
Dude, I'm totally kidding.
No, I know. I was teasing you. What were you saying, Marcel? I'm so sorry I interrupted you.
Yeah, no. So when I told my one cousin who actually likes science fiction a little bit that I was thinking about going back and actually reviewing every episode of Star Trek from every series ever, he was like, "I'm really excited to see what you think." You're gonna make me laugh.
I know. I'm sorry.
I was. He said I was really excited. I'm really excited to see what you're gonna think about the original series because he knows how much I love Next Gen. But he doesn't think that the original series is that I'm going to find it as that I'm going to enjoy it as much as I do Next Generation, which is kind of ridiculous because I do enjoy the original series, but I don't like it as much as I do Next Gen or Deep Space Nine or Voyager or Enterprise for that matter. Sorry, Ruben.
I was scratching my head.
Holy shiitake mushrooms! I just noticed that you're not wearing a hat right now. You're like,
this
is the first time I've ever seen your hair, and I'm so envious because you actually have real hair and it's fantastic. It looks thick.
No, wait a minute. So that's not a joke. When you actually said it, that's a actual.
That's orangutan.
That's an orangutan.
Orangutan fur that he puts on his head.
No, but you're right. This is the first time that I've been on Starfleet Boy After Dark without my hat.
Yeah, it's
because
awesome.
No, but the reason that I actually have different hats every week is because by the hat that I'm wearing, I can tell what episode it is. Yeah, because the first time I was on the show, I was wearing the Slushio J.J. Abrams hat.
There's an easier way. Just put a calendar on your wall behind you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I
You guys,
also.
how great was my Jeff Bezos joke tonight? I mean, that was like such a good joke. Like no one laughed.
Where's that?
The delivery was better than
Where's that
Amazon.
from?
There you go.
Where's that image from?
That's from Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Oh, Beyond. That's the third movie, right?
Yeah, the third movie.
Oh, okay, that's a really nice makeup.
It's
No, I
not-
mean it's nice makeup work for whoever did it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I also actually, after every Starfleet Boy After Dark that I'm a part of, I take the episode and I add it to a playlist on my channel. So those people who follow my channel and want to see me on YouTube can actually watch me on the show. So every week. So
I have listened to your podcast. I won't go into too
Which
much
one?
detail for anyone. Well, it was
the Red Wall.
yeah, the Red Wall. I thought
Oh,
you meant
that's-
which specific
yeah.
episode. Sorry, I was like, what was
No.
But-
But thank you so much because I don't think anybody listens to that. But thank you so much.
No, man. Yeah, I won't. Obviously, if I start talking about it, I'm ruining your own story,
No,
kind of thing. But
it's okay. No,
it's heavy stuff, man. Respect for you for doing
yeah,
it.
yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
That's all I'll say. I'll say, go and check it out. Definitely go and check it out.
Thank you.
Look, somebody asked what's more. Oh,
What's Marcelo's channel? Oh, my YouTube channel is Balloon Head Productions. On that channel, I do Smallville reviews. I also review the original Mission Impossible series from the '60s. I've
Nice.
reviewed Doctor Who on that channel. And I also share. I have a playlist of where I've been. I have a playlist that shows all my guest appearances on YouTube. So if you want to see my past appearances on Starfleet Boy and some other places, I have a whole playlist on my YouTube channel. So you can come and see me there. The two podcasts that I have are the Red Wall podcast, and that podcast is a very, very personal podcast. Like if you listen to that podcast, you will discover and learn things about me that you probably never wanted to know.
You put a lot of yourself out there, definitely.
Yeah. So, but just a small warning: listen to Geek Interviews because it's pretty rough with some episodes.
Read the episode synopsis. Yeah, it's like Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I just to defend myself, I didn't initially want to make the podcast that personal. It just became that way. And my other podcast is a podcast called Radio 815. It's a podcast dedicated to examining the work and the universe of writer-director J.J. Abrams. And
Yeah. Can I be on your Star Wars? Can we do Star Wars? J.J. Abrams Star Wars discussions on your thing?
No, but there's something that I have cooking in my head, and I would like to talk to you about.
Okay, sure.
Something I have cooking.
Ooh, another thing that you didn't already mention.
No, I didn't already. No, this one I've
I'm-
been about for a while.
I'm so sorry to the text message audience. They sent their question a while ago, and I forgot to post it. So this is the truth. We chose truth instead of dare. Who do you think? Oh, I wrote it wrong. Who do you think the person on your left should date? So I guess we'll start with me. So my left is Ruben, right? Is that correct? Do you guys see him on the left?
Yeah,
I guess.
Because you have to pass the duchy on the left-hand side.
Pass the duchy
On the left-hand side. All right. So so to the left, who do I think Ruben should? Well, he's already married to the person I think he should date. But in an alternate universe, I would say Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh yeah.
Wow, good for
That's who I
Ruben.
would say. Yeah.
Really good for Ruben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's your turn, Ruben. Your person is Marcelo.
Marcelo.
Who should he date?
I think he should date. What's her name from Lost?
Oh, God.
Evangeline Lilly.
Lilly. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I would love to do that. Evangeline, hit me up.
Perfect. Geek is also with person, but in an alternate universe, Marcelo, who should Geek date?
I would love to see you date Jodie Whittaker.
Oh,
I
Okay,
think
yeah, but
you guys would be a
yeah.
fetch couple. I
Yeah.
see it. I see it.
I think
Oh.
no, seriously,
Nice.
I think you would treat her like a queen. Like,
Have you ever
I
seen
can
her
just see
husband in real life though? Her husband's like, I think he's a Mexican American or he's Mexican or something like that. But he's like, considering she's got a very colloquial Yorkshire accent, I didn't
Yeah.
think she'd be married to an American at all. I don't get how those two accents
What is?
work.
Can you? What is a Yorkshire accent? Is it like the same accent
It's
she
like,
has
it's
on Doctor Who?
all right, but like the way she talks, that is a Yorkshire
But
accent. I just
so,
don't-
like on Doctor Who, she's not like exact. She's not changing her.
she's toning it down a little bit.
Oh, she is toning it down.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
need to
I just
hear
don't get
real.
how-
I've had a
on the
Yorkshire
far
pudding. Do you eat Yorkshire pudding?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
those don't
yeah.
speak, so you can't hear
They
that.
do speak. I promise you, they speak to
No,
you.
but
They make
Geek
you
in
go.
Review. Geek in Review
Sorry.
is so right. Her accent. If you listen to her, like her interview on the Graham Norton show, when she tries to explain to everyone where she's from, her accent is way up there, and I'm like, how the hell did she? I'm like,
She's from Oakland, California, right?
but her accent.
What's
is
up, Graham? That's right. I play Doctor Who.
That's in Oakland, California. You're misleading our audience. That's not Oakland, California. Geek, it's your turn. I'm the person on your left. Who should I date?
Oh, Will Wheaton.
That was fast.
Oh no,
I mean,
no.
oh, he's great. No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
I mean, like old Will Wheaton, not Will Wheaton in the first season of the Next Generation. To me.
Well, look, guys, we're all Star Trek fans here, right?
I love Will Wheaton, but I wouldn't date him. I'm sorry.
Everybody's TNG, Voyager, DS9 era Star Trek fans. So, what ship and who would you marry?
Oh.
Jadzia Dax.
Or station?
All right, wait.
Station
Geek, I want to
if
hear your
it's
alternate
Deep
to
Space
Will Wheaton. I appreciate Will Wheaton. I'll date him because you said so. But your alternate
Shazad
before we do that.
Latif then.
Who?
Queen
Shazad
Latifah?
Latif Tyler.
I'll
You
take
discovered-
Tyler. I'll take Tyler.
Yeah, I know you like Tyler. That's what I
I
said.
thought you said
Yeah.
Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah.
Queen
Shazad
Latifah as
Latifah.
well.
I'll take Shazad Latifah. Yeah, I'll take Tyler. Will Wheaton's like super cute and everything and like whatever, but I just like I don't think we would. He would dump me after like 2 weeks. He'd be like annoyed that I left the cabinets open and that I didn't flush the toilet. There's too many like he has too many rules. Don't ask me why a good man has rules. But yes, Shazad Latif / Tyler, I'd be down. You're Vogue. All right, cool. I like that. I like Shazad. Okay. All right, what was the question? What ship and who would you marry?
Mm-hmm.
Captain Kirk, USS Enterprise, 1701, and A.
Okay.
Your
Can I
turn.
go?
Oh, you can go. You can go.
Yeah, I would. The ship. I would take the Titan, and I would take Dax, Jadzia Dax. I love Dax. Oh God, I love that woman.
Yes, Jadzia Dax was one of the best characters ever written.
I love
She's
that woman.
amazing. I remember I got to talk to her for a while at a convention
Oh,
because
cool.
it was super
Terry
dead.
Farrell.
Yeah, Terry Farrell, because it was super dead. It was like a Sunday and nobody was there, and I was also there early because I was covering it for the press. So
You're so lucky to have gone to Star Trek conventions when Star Trek was like kind of under the radar for a bit, because all these like awesome actors were still going to conventions, but the like everyone was paying attention to something else. So that's awesome.
I mean, I've met a lot of the cast. I thought about it the other day. I've met a lot of them.
Now it's impossible. You couldn't even like if you saw Sir Patrick Stewart at a con, it would be like literally for like 2 seconds while he signed your thing and smiled
Well,
at you.
Patrick
and then
Stewart,
that's
that's a different. He's been in X-Men movies. You know,
it. Yeah,
he's
it's
been
true. It's true.
you know, Terry Farrell and LeVar Burton and people like that. What's John Delancey? They're a little bit more accessible
Gotcha.
generally. But I did meet Shatner. I met Brent Spiner.
I saw your photo with William Shatner.
I got to touch him on the shoulder. I
Oh
was
my
like, oh, oh my god! I was like, oh my god, touching Will Shatner. How crazy is that?
So for Dax for Marcelo and for you, Ruben, who was it?
Ensign Rowe
Oh,
on me and her on a Maquis little ship for two.
Kinky.
Just cruising the galaxy.
I chose Captain Kirk because I was like, TOS Kirk, but I might want Chris Pine instead. Just saying. Like, just a way. Geek and Review, who's your choice? What ship and what?
Jadzia Dax, definitely.
Oh, you guys are
Farrell.
fighting.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Jadzia Dax is the best character ever written, and Terry Farrell is beautiful.
Yeah, and that's what. That's
Yeah.
well. You know this story. That's why I love Dax so much that I can't like watch her final episode. I've only seen it like twice. I can't even bring myself.
Oh wow.
Watch it. I told you this story. You don't remember?
Yeah, I know. I completely remember, but I'm just like, oh wowing
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Or maybe I didn't remember and I lied to you. But anyways, but wait. So okay. So since you guys both chose Dax, you have to do a
A duel.
You have to do a duel.
Dude, I'm a pussy, so Geek and Review can have her.
All right. So then,
It's Terry Farrell put up a bit of a fight.
wait. Would one of you settle for Esri Dax or
No.
like?
No way.
no.
No way.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
I don't know. Ezra's pretty cute too.
I want Jadzia. I look. I have nothing against the actress who plays
Nicole
her replacement.
DeBoer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have nothing against poor Nicole, but I love Terry Farrell. So sorry.
All right,
yeah.
all right. I get it. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. It's okay.
Who would be both of your second choices?
What's
Lita,
a
the
big
Double Girl.
Okay.
Who?
Okay.
The Double Girl.
Lita. Yeah. Lita.
Lita.
No.
Both of
I
you are
got,
in Deep Space Nine. Wow. Okay.
No, I got I got Carol Marcus from the Kelvin timeline.
Oh,
Oh.
Alice Eve. The actress
Yeah.
Alice Eve, I think she's
Oh,
called.
yeah. Carol Marcus.
Yeah, I know why. Yeah.
All the way. Uh-huh.
Jeremiah and Blue and PJ's asleep, but anyone else who's in the audience, because there's still some people watching. Anyone else in the audience? Who's your starship? Oh wait, you guys didn't say your starship. I didn't say mine, did I? I did.
You said, you said 17.
Oh, Deep Space Nine. 1701 you said? Sorry.
No, you said 1701.
Yeah, Geek, you say, so you guys are assuming Deep Space Nine comes with that, right?
If I'm
Well,
with
yeah.
Terry Farrell, I don't care.
Life
Oh,
on the,
you're like
life on
any
the
ship.
station with Jadzia, right?
I assigned Geek and Review with Jadzia on the Grissom, and I assigned Marcelo on he wanted a Maquis ship, I think he said.
That was me.
Oh, that was
No,
you.
that was me.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll take the Kelvin Enterprise.
The Kelvin Enterprise with Jadzia.
No. With Carol Marcus.
Carol
Oh,
Marcus.
so you're giving up Jadzia. You're freely giving up Jadzia.
No, but you said you said if
No,
we
I
had
said
to-
you guys could fight for it, or you could give it up. So you're giving it
Okay,
up.
I won't fight. I will settle for Jerry Ryan. I will say that right now.
Oh, for
Aw.
7 of 9.
Oh,
All right. Okay.
And
good, okay.
What
Okay.
ship? What ship would you do? Would you settle? Not do. Just settle. What ship would you be on?
The Borg cube, obviously.
Okay, cool.
that's
Oh,
like a
we got some
million,
answers.
that's like a million some or something, right? How many Borg on a Borg ship?
Oh my god, I love Jeremiah's answer. Cassidy Yates on the freaking Stargazer. That's awesome. I love Cassidy Yates. I didn't know it was spelled with a K. I've been spelling it with a C all this time. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's it's 2 S's as well, I think.
USS Vengeance 7 of 9. Darren, you've been quiet this whole time, but I'm glad you said something. And that's a good combination. 7 of 9 on the Vengeance would be way more formidable than Admiral Marcus. I like that. That's very cool. Oh, wow. I chose... Okay, might want to change my answer. No, maybe not. No, I'll leave my answer as it is. That was good. Guys, are we in the mood to read a script? Do you have any games we want to play, or should we start wrapping up?
Nah, well, if we read a script, I'm gonna be useless because
Yeah, and
me,
Geek
I
doesn't
don't-
do that either. Ruben,
Yeah, he'll do that.
okay, all right. So we'll just wrap up. Can you guys tell everyone what you got to promote and what's going on in your world tonight? Let's start with you, Geek and Review.
Well, yeah, check out my channel, Geek and Review, and you can find me on Twitter as well at the Geeks Reviews. It's all the one word. doing a lot of Marvel content at the moment, but I'm going to just start doing Star Trek sort of theory and prediction videos in the next week or so as well.
Beautiful. Marcelo, you kind of gave a little promo, but could you go do it again? Do you mind?
I'll do it again. Yeah. If you guys want to check out anything I do, you can check me out on YouTube. I'm at Balloonhead Productions. I do Smallville reviews, Doctor Who reviews, and a bunch of other awesome stuff. If you guys want to check me out on the podcast Fear, I have 2 podcasts, Radio 815 and the Red Wall podcast. So you can check me out on any one of those platforms. And if you want to check me out on Twitter, I'm at CreekFanatic88.
Oh, I didn't unmute myself. Excellent. Good job. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that was better than before.
You're so good. You're a natural. Whenever I leave, you always do a good job making sure you're like a natural radio. You should this is what you were made for. I love it. Martian, what do you got going on, bro?
Let's see. Interviews on Pop Axiom, interviews on Rumorg, although nothing as of late because I've been working on things I can't really talk about. So I can't really talk about them. R Martian on Twitter, and yeah, Pop Axiom, Rumorg. I have a interview with the director of Great White, an indie shark movie. If you're a fan of Jaws, it's a modern day Jaws. But that's about it.
Most excellent. And most excellent. And Ruben, we have to talk offline about Twitch. I need to get my Twitch more active, and I feel like there's a Twitch towards you since you're always gaming, and I love that you're always gaming. And so we might have to get you on the Starfleet Boy Twitch. Everyone, please subscribe to these wonderful gents. Also, shout out to PJ. You can subscribe to his channel Boat Wreck and also PJ Media Reviews. We haven't been doing I said earlier, I just realized that we were doing our Discovery Rewatch on PJ's Media Reviews, but we're doing it on Boat Wreck. So go check that out. BOATREK, like Boa Trek is how some people say it. And then also shout out to Fathery. Blue says, missed Fathery, but it was still awesome. So thank you. We appreciate that. We missed Fathery, but he was here. He was actually here earlier. He said hi through Pastel Pirate, so thanks for doing that. That was very cool. And then also to, of course, the Drunk Space 9 lads, and just like all of you guys, everyone who comes in every week. This is so awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Please check us out tomorrow on our TOS discussion. I can't remember what episode it is at the moment because I've been drinking, but it's the one after Journey to Babel, so whichever one that is. please go watch it tonight and then go watch our show. Anyways, we appreciate all of you. Live long and prosper. Wrong hand. Oops. Live long and prosper.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.